Radon.
Well,
Dark,
Having
but
split up in order to accomplish different goals, the Four Winds broke into two squads. Roulette, Rome, and Toby Rama and Alfie leading a frontal assault against the Durastian troops at the Nora Mercenary Fort, and Jiri and Telperion sneaking around the fort to infiltrate from the back, with intent to rescue Jokel and any Wood Elf refugees they could find. Each of these two squads both engage the enemies in various ways, and we now pick back up at the top of the training grounds behind the fort where Team Roby Ramolet recuperates.
I love that.
So, Roulette, Rome, and Toby Rama. After the conflict at the front of Nora Fort, the three of you have narrowly managed to evade, seemingly, the attention of the searching forces, most of whom seem to venture down toward the weird fire blaze at the ward pens rather than retreating back into the fort. You all currently reside at the top of the hill, just south of the fort, at the abandoned training grounds, a locale in Forest Hollow that brings back memories in general, but certainly, perhaps most potently, of Gallus, both pleasant memories as well as painful. But you have a moment of respite to steady your breaths and calm your nerves as Toby Rama has just sent out a sending message. Toby, can you refresh us on what you had said?
Yes, there would have been a brief pause as Toby seemed to be lost in thought before he then conjures some magic and says out loud, sending a message to Telperion. We are on the upper training grounds hill, recuperating. We likely won't be able to aid you much further in escaping. Stay safe.
Telperion, you are on your way out of the warehouse currently when you receive this message. Toby Rama's words ring surprisingly clearly in your ears, even against the sound of the rushing, pumping blood through your ears. Do you respond?
oh, right, yeah. I've never written a message before, so I'll do the. I've never had to count the words. About to exit fort. One Reva killed. Bad news as well. Coming to you shortly with rescued elf.
Okay. Toby Rama, you hear Telperion's response coming through, comforting at first. Certainly he's alive if he's able to respond. Seemingly some bad news along the way. Telperion, as you begin to exit the fort, I'd like you to make a general investigation check. And then I'd like to have Jiri roll a perception check.
8 plus 7 is 15. 15 investigation.
Okay.
Eleven perception.
Okay. I will keep those in mind. We will come back to those. Rome, Roulette, and Toby Rama. You all, as mentioned previously at the end of our last session, you can see the sort of spots of light in the distance down in town shifting toward that weird fire blaze you all had created in the work pens, as well as the spotlight of the watchtower shifts and moves, having been remanned very recently, and shifts attention toward the word pens. And then you hear off in the distance, Telperion and Jiri directly behind you, a detonation explosion as intense pressure within the warehouse shatters the high windows of the building, and a brilliant green and pink flame roars outward. The watchtower's spotlight even shifts with this circumstance in shifting attention toward the Nora Fort. And just a few moments later, you three begin to hear the approaching footsteps of your friends. Telperion and Jiri, as you both arrive to meet back up with your friends on this hill, what do you look like in your approach, and who do you have with you?
Right. Telperion looks bloodied all to hell, slashed, bashed, and just in a disarray. Behind, next to him, he's shepherding along a harassed looking wood elf who probably, I assume, looks shell shocked. And in Telperion's arms, he is holding unmoving Rhea.
Toby Rama sprints over and casts a spell.
Roulette's running over to, knowing that Toby's target is probably Rhea. I'm running up to Telperion, and I'm just gonna level 1 cure wounds. I'll throw at him. Just throwing a salve on him or something.
Jared, did you want to describe yourself?
Chris, how long has it been since the battle?
Minutes. Just
Minutes.
in your escape. Telperion, with your investigation check on the way out, you were able to recover a quick handful of papers and the key ring off the Reaver's body. But otherwise, there was not very much time to make a more thorough investigation of that space. Jiri, your perception allotted you the ability to grab 2 flasks of weird fire on the way out, one of which was certainly welcome to be used on the back gate as you left. And you know there was more in there, likely the result of that explosion that just happened, as the fire in there had clearly spread and possibly detonated additional barrels of the stuff.
Yeah, so Jiri comes up at the rear behind Telperion. He's got his sword out, and he's looking not too injured. Maybe a little frustrated, but that's about it. And he's gonna go up to Roulette and just like check in and be like, "What happened to you guys?"
We did our best. I think, drawn as many of them out as we could. Rome killed or did a pretty good job cleaning up most of the little ones. One of the Reavers, I don't know which one, but kind of came stalking out, and tides turned, and we had to hightail it out of there, just kind of barely making it out. How this the other elf? How did they look? Severely wounded or
physically not gasping for air or like seeming like they're about to pass out, although there is a lot of dried blood and cuts and injuries on them, but they don't look currently severely low health, but they have been through a lot very recently. And this individual, Mindirin, male wood elf, is just like eyes wide, just like wrestling with his inner consciousness, and definitely looks shocked. Toby Rama, you mentioned that you're casting a spell. What are you doing as you run up to Telperion and sort of close in on Rhea's unmoving body?
As I'm approaching, just this has become so second nature to me. As I see someone incapacitated, I reach out with my Spare the Dying cantrip to see if there's like a semblance of an ability for me to stabilize a life before it ends.
When you reach out with this spell, you immediately just feel a cold sensation in the back of your mind, as there is no dying consciousness to spare here.
And that being my fear, I will get all the way up to Telperion and touch Rhea's body and cast Gentle Repose.
You can feel just like a pulse of warmth surge from you to her, and you feel a small chill take your body as you pass some semblance of pausing decomposition to her.
Trying to establish a tether before she moves on too far. And trying to muster some confidence that that spell will do what I want it to, I'll then turn back to Roulette and then look back to Telperion with just kind of an obvious question on my face of Jokel?
He wasn't there. We gotta go save him, though.
So, well, we went in the fort. We killed some guards, explored. We got this from Gallus's old room, and I'll pull out the black box.
Yeah, just like an iron, dark steel iron lockbox.
Just hold it for now. It's locked. We got down. We were fighting through the warehouse into the basement. We found Mindir in here, and then Rhea's arrows came in and she joined us. We were able to save him. One other wood elf was killed, unrecognizable, and then the Reaver came in and very proudly and excitedly declared that Mindir in here was bait because he knew Rhea would go looking for Jokel, and Jokel has been moved to the center of town, and
It was a trap. It was a big trap.
It was a big trap. We killed him. Rhea got the killing blow, but before he died, he taunted her, saying Jokel would adorn whatever the Thane's display would be, and she was lost to her own rage at that point and stopped fighting with any self-preservation in mind, and we couldn't pull her back. And she did kill him, but they were fixated on attacking her. I think that these two have been a thorn in the sides of the Durastians, and she was killed. Yeah.
Well, we got him back. I killed like 24, maybe. Rhea got 3 kills for killing the Thane, and Telperion I think got like 1 or 2. So we did a good job.
Jury was amazing. He detonated on accident or on purpose the weird fire, which is what saved us because there was an incredible amount of them. So I think, damaged a small amount of their forces, and everyone we left in there was dead, I think. So,
Telperion, as you're reciting this, also just since I haven't gotten a chance to give you and Jiri information, there is virtually no one left in the fort when you all were able to make a rather easy exit from the back.
So it's anyway. We're fairly spent. How did you all fare? Did you learn anything? I'm glad to see you're all safe.
Learned that they got a big ass catapult.
There's still a Reaver left. He entered our fight fairly late.
Did he leave? Because I think he may have been the one we fought.
DM, the Reaver was
Yeah,
close.
I'll give you Toby, Rama, Roulette, and Rome. I'll give you each a perception check in your escape. Oh, wow.
While you're rolling, Telperion will just add. I think he mentioned seeing you. The group.
Oh, we only saw the one.
He did in fact mention having seen them, and Rome and Toby Rama, with a very high perception, in your escape, you do think most of the knights and soldiers that went down into the Weirdfire Blaze to investigate that area and search for you, you do think you saw the Reaver return into the fort after that clash.
I would love to stop and say words with Rhea for Rhea, but probably need to preserve ourselves. Toby, I'm sorry.
I have some magic. I think I can revive her tomorrow. I can cast one more spell, one more use of magic. I have, and it is paltry. I've gone through everything, so.
Well, Toby, we're gonna need your bow then, because we gotta go get Jokel right now.
I don't know that we can.
They're gonna kill him. We gotta go.
We used our wind sails, so we don't have an easy escape.
Nothing can happen without us resting for a little while. If we go in without rest, we die. How long we rest and where, those are the questions right now. The one thing is, well, wait, where's Alfie?
Tiny rest. Oh yeah, where's Alfie?
He's up here. We just, I guess we can back up a bit towards the forest where I guess we escaped that last time from the Arknight.
Wait, what do you mean by he's up here?
I got him. I got him up here. I got the ideas from up here. The parts and some of the parts and stuff are back down at the fort, but yeah, he's in the notebook. He's in my notebook.
Rats. We're gonna need him.
I'm gonna do something horribly callous, and I'm sorry. Roulette, can you come here? And like, I just want to take Roulette to the side. We need to just save her body. Can we put her in the bag?
Or in the book.
Don't know how that works.
Well, she's not alive. She can't be harmed if we put her in your bag. It might be the safest way to preserve her body for now.
I will say there is a weight limit to what the bag of holding can store.
What about the book?
I don't think, even though dead creatures are sometimes considered objects, I don't think she's a creature in that sense can be bound into the book.
Okay.
Maybe we could hide her somewhere. Come
Well,
back after we save Jokel.
There was a second matter of business. Toby, can I see the amulet?
Yes.
The Raven Slumber?
I'll take that off.
All right.
Oh, why don't we put her in that?
So I have another person to put in there for now. And I'm gonna go over to Mindirin, and I'm just gonna like kind of make him squat down and just like get all of his attention. Mindirin, you're with me, right? Okay. Here's the deal. This is called Raven's Slumber. I hope you know at this point that your safety matters an incredible amount to me. I wouldn't suggest this if it wasn't my best idea. I can have you reside in this gem for just a few hours safely, and you'd be alone. You'd be right with me, and in a little while, when it's safe, I would let you out. It's a way for us to proceed and you to not have to look at any of the other war horrors that we're probably going to see still this night. Would you reside in here for a little while to stay safe?
Make a general charisma check. I would say with your elven heritage and your actions alongside Jiri and Rhea, you can have advantage on this.
17. 17.
He shakes his sort of shocked expression for just long enough to nod along.
All right. I swear, I will let you out, and you can, if you want, you can start fighting your way out if you get uncomfortable. But just for now, this for just a few hours, just touch this here.
Why would we use it now?
Well, we don't have anyone else to put in it, and he can just stay in here safely and not have to fight alongside us and risk being
Why don't we
attacked.
send him back with the body? We're on the edge of town. He can make it.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to send him back on his own while all of
That's a
harassed is.
That's a 6-hour trek. I don't know if he's in
Jerry.
shape for that.
Jerry, you're in your head. Jerry, look at him. He was just tortured, and he's not like us. He's just a person.
Yeah, but tell Perrin, this is a big matter. We gotta go get Joe Kell.
I'm happy to go get Joe Kell. I want
We
this.
need all the advantage we can get. What if we gotta put Joe Kell in here?
Then we'll let Mindirin out, and we can put Joe Kell in there.
But yeah, but then Mandirin's in danger. What if we have to like put him in the amulet and rush him out quickly?
Jerry, look and I should like just point at the weird fire and the spotlight. I'm not sending our survivor, the only one that we just brought out of the fort, into the woods alone to find ruins he's never found before.
Okay, then he can sit somewhere and hide.
I'm just gonna I'm ignoring Jerry. I'm just gonna get Mandirin in the amulet for now. If I'll go.
Okay. If you're going to choose to sort of reach out toward him, he'll sort of grasp your hand and immediately be siphoned into the silvery white light and pulled into the necklace. And similarly, Toby Rama specifically. Oh, actually, it's not around his neck right now, so you all just see the flash of white light pull him in.
Then I'll put the amulet on my neck.
Critter, if I remember the training grounds correctly, there's a big ass pole.
There is, yes. It's a very thick, what was a tree, but whittled down to be a nice finished mast, so to speak. It's probably 2 feet in diameter and runs up 30 feet up into the air.
Can I?
Absolutely. As you climb, high passive perception and investigation, even without those, you notice that the once waving tattered maroon cloak that had been affixed to the top of the mast there for years as like a flag is not there now.
Okay. I want to just get up on the top of that to get bird's eye view of the town. And there's 2 things I'm trying to figure out. One, proximity of the warg stables to the center of town. And then overall distance. Well, 3 things. Proximity between the wargs and the center of town, how far it is from us to the center of town, and then finally, if I can see anything happening at the center of town.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check with advantage.
$15.
With a 15, you don't glimpse specifics in terms of individuals or numbers, but you do get the center of town from here, other than the hillside and the tree cover you could sneak through to get toward town proper. It's no more than 10 football fields away. So enough distance that it's by no means, it's probably a quarter mile to walk down into there. But you do see darkness at the town center. Very few torchlights or lanterns being held and moving about. All of the attention of the town seems to now be moving toward Weird Fire Blaze at the pens and the fort, including the watchtower spotlight. That situation is occupying seemingly all of the attention of the forces in town. Warg pens themselves are probably a couple 100 feet away from the center of town. But if you want to get to center of town, you suspect you can make a beeline for that direction through some tree cover and buildings without facing what's left of the forces here in this town.
Gotcha. I'll scramble back down.
Okay.
Jiri, you said it was a trap for Rhea. How do we know it's not just another trap at the center of town?
Oh, it probably is. We gotta do something though.
Could we set our own trap?
That's what I was thinking. What if we confuse them? Maybe you could turn into like a bird roam and drop a weird fire somewhere that we're not, and they'll think we're attacking where the weird fire is.
That could work.
Well, they're already a little distracted with the fire we already started.
I
Yeah.
think
We could
More fire,
We could
more
augment that distraction before we rush for town hall.
most of the forces wouldn't know the Reaver's dead. We've killed 2 of the 3, so that means that the Thane is left. Is that what he was called? DM? Was he called the Thane?
Yes.
Okay.
Thane, yeah.
The Thane is left, who is likely some magic wielder, because I think that Reaver we killed used another potion. So the Thane is going to have tricks in store for us, and there's potentially 1 Reaver left, and they hit fucking hard. But they don't know the other one's dead. They're going to think reinforcements are around, and this is an incredible amount of distraction and mayhem. I think if we left and rested and recuperated and came back tomorrow night, they would have A, killed Jokel, and B, far better defenses planned. I think
if we even wait an hour or so, the moment's going to be past. And the shitty part about this is if we got to do something, we got to do it now.
I have like nothing in the tank at the moment. Just for the record, I'm at 21 HP. Like I've got nothing. So just a short rest. I could, if we rested for a little while, just logistically, I'd have some harder hits left and could take some hits. But I don't know
We
what you
have time to reorganize. Maybe it's better if we just go now.
Where are you all at? And since we weren't with you for that massive combat, just curious, like
I'm pretty okay. I'm at like 80%. Toby's worse for. Oh, actually, no, you did.
No, I did some healing.
Oh, yeah.
I won't get that much back from resting. So whether we wait another 40 minutes to patch ourselves up or not, I'm not going to be the biggest help in the world. I've got 2 resources, and I'm going to save those for Jokel if I need to.
My only issue is that I'm only going to be able to transform into a dinosaur one more time.
That's all we need.
First world problems.
The only issue is that last time I was knocked out of that form pretty quickly. So if we're relying on that, it's not entirely reliable.
I don't think we're trying to get into a big battle. I think we're trying to
strike
and run
quickly and leave.
Get in, get out. So T-Rex form might be just distraction or an escape route.
I have my candle. I could take one other in the darkness to maybe sneak around back or something, but
just a note. A quick question: how the hell are we getting out of here tonight? Because we have no quick escape. Toby and I used the wind sails, like you said. So we're not flying. Well, I guess we've got 3 extra passengers anyway, so we wouldn't be doing that anyway.
I haven't used mine.
I haven't used mine either. I was an eagle.
Mine's not used, but we couldn't, we'd have to split up then.
Well, you give me like an hour to sleep, take a little nap, and I can fly us out of here.
Do we want to do that now, or do we want to do that after?
I think after.
You want to try and do that after?
That's my vote. But Talpiran, go ahead. Explain why we should take a rest now.
That's not what I was going to say. I'm worried about the thing. I think that Jokel apparently is the biggest prize in the world because all the ire of those soldiers was on Rhea. I just think it's not going to be we get in, get out with the body with Jokel, and if we get in a fight, I'm nervous. This is a very tough decision. That's just there's danger on all ends.
But we gotta go get more information. I said we go sneak up and see if the coast is clear. We go for it.
I agree with Jiri there. Now's the best time to sneak at least over there to get a look.
I'm fine with that.
Let's just start over there.
If we need to, Bird Room can lay more fire. Bigger distraction. On the other side, where we're not.
Can we see a map of this? Where exactly are we on a map? And maybe we could like annotate this map.
I also forget that Rome has never been to Boar's Hollow before.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure where we're
Welcome.
Welcome to the beautiful town.
To oversimplify, the fort that has been assaulted is here. The warg pens are roughly here, including Jokel's old smithy, where you guys had that fight. The watchtower was way over here to the west. You guys are functionally off map south of this and like over here. So the pink arrow on the bottom is like somewhat close to the hill. If there's a hill, you guys are looking down into town.
And where's Jokel again? Where did you say?
According to intel gained by Telperion and Jiri, he's at the center of town.
Ooh. Realm, you could go fly, put some weird fire like over here somewhere, and we'll sneak the other way, this way. And attack from the side.
We'd be passing under the spotlight that way, because the spotlight is going like here. From the watchtower, it's on the pen right now.
How do we know we're going to be able to get into wherever he's barricaded?
Ooh, okay. Fire here. We sneak this way.
What are you doing? That's not working.
Um,
I'd say let's take the shortest route. If we start encountering a whole bunch of them, then Rome might enlist you to take one of these vials and just throw it on the other side of town or something.
It also might take us a bit of time to work that way. If we move a little slowly, we might be able to benefit from resting if we're not sprinting the whole way there.
It's a quarter mile. It's not going to take us an hour the whole time.
One thing,
I think we just have to go.
as an emergency measure, should we think of taking a boat and trying to, if we are looking for an escape route, they might not be looking at the water, especially if there's all those forces on land. So we could take a boat and start moving moving east if we need to escape.
That's a perfect idea. We can.
I would expect them to have boats there because that's how they went to Aelad in the first place.
Exactly. So we can move that way and get off at some point.
I like that idea. Here's a counter idea. They think we're really smart, right? And nobody smart would just go straight for the fort, right? So that's the last place they'd expect us to go in from.
What?
Directly straight to the fort, like this.
We're going to the center of town, not the fort.
Or sorry, straight to the center of town.
I think that's what we're doing.
I think we'll avoid most of the traffic doing that. Anyway,
we're just gonna take a wide berth, slightly away from the works, and
no. What I'm saying is go straight, right? Don't even go around.
If there are walls there, that could smell us likely, right?
It's the last place they'll expect us, though.
It's the first place they're looking right now. They're all running towards the ward pit, so they're gonna be coming from all sorts of directions. Telperion, I I don't know if we are probably close to the limit on the weight limit on the bag, especially because I think there's a set of heavy armor in there.
There is.
I thought you had put it in there.
I don't have any heavy armor in there.
Oh,
I don't think. I'll look. But anyway, I'll just carry her for now.
I'll start leading us. The slightly wide berth, trying to stay under tree cover. Yeah.
I want to be at the lead with Roulette, and I want us to be like 20 feet ahead of the group, so I can have the candle going, and we can signal them forward.
They can't see into the darkness, though.
When I light it with you, I don't want them in the candle's radius is the thing. That's why we're like 20 feet ahead of them.
No, I meant like we can't signal them forward.
You can run out back in, I guess.
Don't use the candle. We'll just,
You guys can think to me.
Isn't a big blob of darkness kind of visible?
You guys can think to me because you can see me on the outside.
When it's nighttime out right now, and there's a lot of other. I guess there's a lot of other things lighting up town.
I think
the town, according to Roulette's intel, the town did seem particularly dark. Not very much torchlight throughout the center of town right now. But
Kobe, we can use that once we get a bit closer. If we need to do that.
Okay, but as you guys begin to move forward toward center of town, I'd like everyone to make a stealth check, please.
I still think we should just have Rome go fly straight there and go see. Direct route.
And what? Just see, like...
Yeah, get intel.
I'm going to make mine a 10. Flash of genius. Just avoiding crickle sticks. I don't know what word that was.
Making yours a 10.
Isn't it 12 then?
No. +4, because it's plus my intelligence.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I misunderstood.
Okay, I'm going to give one thing a roll here.
Much weight in the bag. Your bag.
Yikes.
You begin to make your way toward town, ducking through tree cover, and then you arrive at a small patch of land where some very simple stalks of greenery are coming out of the earth, but were chopped and have since been left untended to in recent months. You're able to make it a little bit farther past, and you get to roughly the edge of town proper without alerting anyone, seemingly. And there are a couple individuals throughout town that continue to hustle over toward the commotion on the west of town, sometimes in pairs, sometimes two soldiers with a knight, a bugbear on an armored warg rushing past in the distance. And then you all do hear a and you are able to duck next to a small stone building, and you just hear the pads of footfalls sort of darting in and out of buildings. You seem to be undetected for this very moment. Town Hall is probably only a couple 100 feet away, out of sight currently, with the your vision blocked off by other buildings in the area, but you know you're close.
All right, so we need eyes.
I kind of like the idea of me kind of scoping out where the center of town here. If I were to transform into, let's say, an owl, I could get low and see what it would take to even get into this place.
I don't know if we've
in the air.
I don't know if we've tried this, but with an animal shape, not a polymorph, I wonder if you could think to me and I could hear a report if you were an owl.
Ooh.
Since that it might save you. And then if you did like a little expedition, told us information that was positive, we could have you then hold the, take the flask.
Right, and then we can rendezvous at a separate point. Kind of attack from 2 points.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, Rome, if you just want to do some reconnaissance and just see what you can see.
And I can always camp out, and if I'm able to communicate via telepathy, then you can give me the signal to when to drop this fire.
I think it's going to be important. Yeah, come back. So go scope it out, come back to us, and you're going to have to tell us or communicate to us what you saw. So I would say this: if you come back and you try and you can't think to me, you should move towards me. If it's attacking that you think we should do, you should move towards Toby. If it's retreating that you think we should do, or you should move towards Jiri if you want the flask. And that way, we can give you the flask, knowing that you want to create a diversion for us to stealthily sneak in.
Okay. Well, when I transform, I can attempt to think to you right then and there. So
Sure.
From that. Okay, let's go forward with that plan. I'll transform into an owl.
Okay, Rome, you shift your form. The vines making up your composition sort of warp and bend and curl into the form of an owl. You think toward Telperion.
Mm-hmm.
Although your wild shape forms are not adept yet at forming coherent language with your mouth, your thoughts do go through successfully. Telperion, you are able to hear Rome's thoughts.
Yay!
In wild shape form specifically.
Excellent. Okay, I'll be back in a moment, is what I think to Telperion. And I take off towards the center of town.
And just before she takes flight, I'll touch the back of the owl and give you some guidance for the next minute.
Okay.
Just so that you know, Chris, the owl has advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or sight. So
perfect. Which you can go ahead and make as you take off behind tree cover. You do hear, all of you, as this owl darts out from the side. You hear seemingly a warg in the nearby vicinity, seeing the owl move, but then losing interest in it and moving along.
If the guidance allows.
Yeah, guidance definitely plays into it. With a 27, Rome, you're able to case the area of the center of town, including the largest building there, standing slightly higher than the rest at 2 stories, Town Hall. Similarly to how Roulette had seen from farther back, but now with kind of more clarity, there are virtually no soldiers, knights, wargs, bugbear riders in town other than 2 torch-wielding knights stationed in front of the town hall's main front 2 doors. Additionally, with a 27, as you circle the town hall building, in one of the upstairs windows that peeks out on top of like a balcony, you glance an individual looking out toward town. You almost lose them in the night. They're shrouded in black robes. The only thing that let you see this individual was, as you were flying by, you saw a flicker of green and pink off the reflective, goggled eyes of an otherwise black-clad individual leaning against a window, just looking out toward town. Seemed to have a long bow on its back.
Do I recognize this to be Jokel?
Based on basic information your friends would have given you about the Goliath individual you're looking for, that is no Goliath. That looks like just a simple 6-foot-tall, slender-framed, humanoid individual just peeking out of the top of the town hall building.
Do I gather any like information about what this person might be doing or like their like intentions?
They seem to just be
have like
scoping out.
Intentions, or
they seem to just be scouting, not actively scouting, but just giving a glance to town toward the direction of the commotion. Otherwise, very still. A lookout of sorts.
Okay, so just to repeat what I saw, we have 2 knights that are guarding this place, and then we have this one dude with pink goggles staring out at town.
I will mark these things quickly here on the map. On the front, we have 2 knights, and toward a back window, you saw an additional individual.
Are all the windows open or are they closed? Like, do they have bars?
They do not have bars over them. They're simple glass windows. They did seem closed. You had just seen from like into a window an individual kind of leaning up against it to the side, barely visible. But still within the confines of the building, just looking out through the window.
Okay, can I check more of the windows to see if I can see through to get any sort of sense?
Do you want to particularly get closer? Gather some more.
Well, yeah, can I kind of like swoop, like do like swooping actions like towards the windows?
Sure, that's sort of what gave you this check in the first place. Is it sort of a longer arc? But if you want to get closer, I will want a stealth check. And I don't know if the owl naturally has any stealth modifiers or anything, but definitely.
Flyby is its best ability, but that's not really useful here.
Yeah, but that is just that it doesn't provoke an opportunity attack.
It has a +3 to its stealth.
So you get your
my stealth because it's
your boots still work too, right?
No, you only get to use your own mental capabilities, not physical capabilities in wild shape. So you don't gain your expertise in things like that.
But the cape does.
The boots do.
Yeah, you can. You can. Oh, yeah. So if you're, I'm going to say the boots are not something that can adorn the form of a small animal, but the cape could stay on you, allowing a bonus action hide thing from the nature's mantle.
Oh, I thought that was the stealth.
Yeah, but the boots don't actively give you advantage or anything.
Yeah. Right, well, the owl has a +3 to stealth, so
yeah,
we'll just use that.
Oh my
God. That was the worst. Whoa. Holy.
Seem to be undetected by this individual, as they do not give any care or attention, whether they see you or not, to an owl in the night. Their gaze does not shift to detect you, and you get a little closer, and you can see a very faintly flickering green flame light within the top room of the town hall building. A single bedroom that your allies might know to have housed one of the matriarchs that used to sort of occupy a position of authority in this town from here. A flickering green flame and a fireplace casting an ominous ambiance into that space. The individual up on top of the balcony, black leather clothes and a black cape. Definitely 2 shimmering, reflective goggles that are catching light from out in the town, is how you even saw them in the first place. You do catch a glimpse of another individual moving about within the room, but they're just out of sight from where these windows can look downward into this room.
Okay. All right, my final act before I can't communicate with Telperion from here, right? This is out of range.
You're too far right now. Yeah.
Okay. My last act before I return back to the group is I'll like perch kind of like up on. I'm assuming so. These knights are like down on the ground, and I would assume there's kind of like a wall or whatever that like the owl can perch on.
For sure.
The owl will perch right above one of the knights' heads and poop on the head and then fly away.
Nice.
Okay, go ahead and make a Go ahead and make a dexterity check for me.
That is just a +1.
For a shit. A shit check.
This place is caked in pure shit.
Immediately hits their helmet and falls onto their shoulder. God's above. Oh. And then he looks out and around. Nothing in sight to be seen.
Magic poop.
But you are able to return to your allies.
I return and I think all of everything that I saw to Telperion and pose the question of, do you know who this figure might be?
I will share all the information that Rome shares as word for word as possible. And then I'll say, I have no idea about the lookouts, but it makes sense. I think in the tallest tower would be the Thane.
Gaspard.
Who? Gaspard. And we also know that
upon description of your audible recounting of Rome's items, Toby Rama can make a history check, and Jiri can make a history check with disadvantage.
Oh,
Nice.
it's not a nat one though.
Perfect. You are welcome to continue, Telperion.
Oh, all right. Well, we do know the Reaver that we killed first didn't think much of this Thane. He said he didn't think the potion worked, and I just remember that the Thane's not happy to be here. So in some respects, I think it makes sense if he'd be in his quarters thinking he's too good to deal with whatever this is, or some version of that. So it makes sense he'd be away, especially if he has Jokel freshly there and is like torturing him.
Man, what if I just showed up as the Reaver and just went in, grabbed Jokel, and left? Nobody would want to question me, right?
Well, I think a question you'd have to pretend you were coming with information because they wouldn't expect you to come back unless you had a reason.
Yeah, I'll say I know where you guys are.
Okay.
Let's go kill you guys.
Wait. I assume if that lookout is left with the Thane, that's probably the Thane's personal security. Like, this is a new factor to consider. Some stealthy archer.
So we have 4 people to deal with. 2 knights out front, 2 people inside.
And Rome, you didn't. Well, Telperion, can you ask? She didn't see Jokel anywhere in there.
So just to clarify, Rome, you would hear that, but then you'd have to think it to me for me to share it.
I don't even need to think it. I just like twist my head.
It's a super
All the way around.
Yeah, all the way around.
Thank you, Rome.
Jerry, the one thing to think about, if you go in there as the Reaver, and though you're going to be talking to the people most intelligent, suspicious, and knowledgeable about the Reavers. So if you misspeak, you're not going to be able to rely on like force of will. It's going to be like an intelligence. You're going to need to quick think and lie and be familiar with details that you're not familiar with.
Sure, unless there's a panic. Just cause chaos, you know what I mean? Go in there, be confusing.
Jerry, I think that might be a good point. The flask, that could be a quick, easy way to, well, potentially get those 2 knights drawn away from the front door. Just to make your entrance a little easier getting in there.
Sure. Or I could just like literally just walk right through the town, like I was saying.
You could carry like a dead-looking roulette and take an ally with you.
Roulette could look dead.
I could certainly try.
It just means you wouldn't be doing it alone. And then if I know you, you could, if worst case scenario, you could put a disguise on as you were to exiting or something. Not that I really cherish the idea of us splitting up again.
Oh, I got this invisibility powder. I forgot about that.
How long does it last for?
I think the invisibility spell might be
An hour?
Oh, but it's an amount of minutes, I think. You throw the pinch and you roll a 2d4 and it's that for that many minutes, I believe. So it's a random upon use duration.
Walk up to Jokel, sprinkle it on him. Where'd he go? Must have disappeared. We gotta go find him.
Well, and at that point, I could let Mandira out and you could take the amulet.
But I think to tell Purion, do you need to establish a connection in order to like speak thoughts to somebody, or could you be like close enough to this building and see if you can even reach out mentally to Jokel?
I need to see them, and I think they need to be within like 120 feet of me, or 60. I think it's 60.
Oh, Toby can talk to people from far away, though.
Not today. I told you I've got almost no magic left, and certainly not of that caliber.
I don't think my telepathy has a range unless I can see them.
I have 2 second-level spell slots.
And I just say we spring this trap somehow. I think we can take them.
I can't take no one. If the Reaver hits me once, I'm down. So I'm gonna have to just play from a distance, just so you know. And I have a single shield left today.
Rome, you got any of those berries?
I have 4 berries left.
There you go. That's plenty.
Oh, it is 60 feet. My telepathy.
Rome, you should drop one of these flasks right on somebody's head.
Jiri, I want to know, are you overestimating our power right now? Are you underestimating the enemy? Or do you genuinely think this is the best idea?
I mean, I just know we gotta save Jokel. It's like now or never, right?
Yeah, I think we gotta go.
Can I do, like, a check on, like, Jiri's just pushing really hard right now, and I know Jiri, and I can't tell. Partially, I can't tell if Tim is making a good point or Jiri is foolishly stubbornly stuck on this one idea, and like I shouldn't be trusting Jiri's judgment right now.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to roll an insight check, and based on the number rolled, Tim's welcome to see what Telpyrion's able to deduce from Jiri, if anything.
I don't want to be a player doing the can I have advantage? Would I, knowing Jiri as well as I do, have advantage on an insight check on him? And he's not deceiving me per se.
Okay. No. Maybe he is.
Well, that's true. An 11.
What do I roll?
Yeah, you're welcome to just. You don't have to even roll it based on what an 11 is from Telpyrion. You're welcome to shed some light on what Telpyrion reads. If he's right to be confused from Jiri, or if Telpyrion feels Jiri's very confidently, just whatever Jiri seems to be.
He would seem overconfident, yes, but also like I think his logic, Jiri's logic is sound that it does seem like we need to do something today, like immediately. But yes, it does seem like Jiri is overconfident.
Okay.
So even if his natural sort of hyperbole mindset is sneaking through, it sounds like he is making a good point.
All right. I want to make one last point. I'm not trying to say we should sit here and rest or whatever. At this point, we've literally lost an ally today. We have a very weak elf with us who we can't let fall into their hands again. I'm just worried about us dying at this point. So I just want to put that on the table of like escape. If we engage in a full conflict, I think we are very ill prepped for that. So us preserving our lives here is something just to be considered of, Jiri, before we rush in with a half-baked plan. We are just on a very thin edge right now. Can I say that to the group and Jiri? I'm gonna just put it bluntly. us dying to save Jokel is not a winning equation for this war.
Yeah, but he would die for us, though.
But he's not worth as much as we are in fighting this war.
Oh, that's not true at all.
He's a blacksmith of a small town that's been taken, and he means a lot to us. But if Rome dies to save Jokel, what is that?
Yeah, but Rome's not gonna die. She's this super powerful being. And so are you, Telperion. I think you need a pep talk. You're a badass without all your super mental powers. Just go smack stuff with your sword.
I'm not the only one that's depleted. Jerry, I'm not the only one depleted at the moment.
Oh, okay. Who else needs a pep talk then?
Roulette lost Alfie, and Toby's on fumes.
Yeah, but Toby's got his bow. Toby, you can do a lot with your bow. You don't need magic.
We can walk out right now, do your plan. I'm not saying we shouldn't. I just want us to be ready with contingencies. And I want everyone to have a scheme of what they're going to do if
I refuse to be separated from you guys again.
Okay, we'll stay together then.
Roulette, what do you think?
Roulette is like very quiet in the corner, trying to figure out like what to do in her head. We've got to make.
If we're gonna go do this, we're gonna go do it together, and if we're gonna leave, we're gonna do it together. Because I don't want someone walking back with one of you in the other person's arms. I can't do that twice tonight.
Too bad we didn't have any prisoners. We could have like a meeting.
I don't think anyone's worth it to the Thane. I think the Thane probably thinks they are the only one.
What if we pretend we've got the Reaver captured? Hostage exchange.
To get the maximum number of people in, Rome stays as a bird and stays in the like eaves. You go in disguise as someone holding a dead person, and maybe someone else is invisible.
I can shroud me and one other in darkness, and we could come from a little bit behind, so it's not super noticeable.
I can throw on one of the Durastian Knights looks. Jir, if we want to do that again, you take the lead, and I can be a knight by your side or something. We can walk in, and you can say we're moving Jokel again because they already moved him once. So if the Reaver walks in and says we're moving him again, I think that might make some sense. I don't know.
We have Rhea's body. A Reaver walking in with Rhea's body would...
Yeah. That could work.
That's what this whole night has been for. You could convince them that Rhea did this, that we don't exist, and that they got her and the rest of the forces are putting out the fires.
How do you get out with Jokel then?
We don't know where Jokel is. That's just the entry strategy. We have no idea what's inside.
If we get to fighting, would you guys like me to bolster you all or to hinder the enemy? And you would know that I'm asking, do you want me to use Bane or do you want me to use Bless in a fighting situation?
I want neither. I think you need Cure Wounds to keep people alive.
Yeah, don't do that. Hold on to whatever healing stuff you got in case we do fight them. I'd say
unleash
that bow out. Shoot people.
Jiri, it's a gross idea, but I think you, as the Reaver, walking in with Rhea slumped over your shoulder and me next to you as a knight is just it's an easy way to get in that front door.
When maybe you walk past the guards, and then when they turn back around, you just knock them out from behind, and then we all walk in. I don't know.
We could just sneak up, kill one thing at a time, and then if anything goes wrong, we run away.
To a boat.
And sail away.
We're heading straight east.
Where the wolves can't sniff us on the water. And we have some tricks that we could weave on the water in boats. And it would hinder them, and we could also use the weird fire on some weird fire on the other boats so they couldn't follow us.
I think we're going front door. Last thing, do we want Rome to drop some of this weird fire a bit away from the town hall to try and get those knights away, or we're just going?
Oh, and we could put. You got one of those like stones that can make noises.
Yeah.
We could put like us yelling in a stone, and they'll hear us. I don't know, like fighting noises.
All right. I mean, some noise, sure.
Like a distraction.
Yeah, I'm hesitant to do that as we're hiding right here right now, but
No. With the weird fire, we drop the stone in the weird fire.
Oh, I got you.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Yes.
Let's
To get the 2 knights to run away from their posts just long enough for us to rush inside. And from there, we know there's 2 people. There could be more.
From there, we figure it out.
Okay. Last thing to decide then. Do we rest a little bit, or do we just go? I think Telpiron was leaning towards rest a little bit.
I guess this is where I feel like it's worth asking, with time we spent on the hill, with walking down towards here, has any of that been low enough effort to at all contribute to a short rest?
No, I think actively hiding and moving stealthily with still adrenaline coursing through you, no, not short rest available. I will also say from the top of the hill down here, further investigation, Rome's scouting, it's probably been 20-30 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think we have another hour to wait, so.
Plan A, wildfire noise distraction by
Weird fire.
aerial dropping weird fire by Rome to get the knights away. If that works, we stroll in the front door and start exploring for Joke Hill and whoever else.
No, I'm with Toby in the shadow.
Uh-huh.
Your disguise, you're flying. Mandiran in the necklace. Jiri struggling to hold up Raya's body. She's kind of light. I also want to put her bow in my quiver at this point.
Okay.
Plan B, Jiri and I stroll up as a Durastine Knight and a Reaver, and we tell the Knights to go away or something to get them out of there.
They're not gonna just leave their post, because if you just remember, if that happens, these 2 are probably for the thing like a big, like they're not just gonna walk away for nothing. I think the weird fire is a good way. Just prepare those lies carefully.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have the clothing book ready to go. Actually, I can rip the page out. I don't have to have the book out. I will rip out the page with the Durastian Knight's armor on there, and I will just hold that.
Toby, what's in the ring right now?
Nothing.
All right,
I'm not attuned to it.
Sure. I'm gonna quickly. I can do this. I think I'm gonna make a tea for myself real quick. It takes like 1 minute. I also done this while we were talking. I'll go check it out.
Yeah, if it only takes 1 minute, you're welcome to do that.
All right, I will place an illusion upon myself to make myself look like Lethane, or no, the Reaper.
Okay.
Anybody remember anything about this guy?
He used this, and I take out the +1 war axe that I grabbed from the first thing, or the first Reaver. So hold this on your back, and his Rhea.
Wait, just strap it to me. I don't want to carry this thing.
I strap it to your back. I'm gonna roll the thing. So with a T, I get 3, 4, 5 HP back, and then I get 5 temp HPs.
Cute.
Perfect.
Wait, do we even know this guy's name?
Riva. I was reading his mind. Did I hear his name? I would have asked.
Do you think your own name?
I have this in my notes. I don't remember where the names applied. Daxius, Ratana, and Orizin.
He's not going to say his own name.
But if they ask, or I don't know, but
I'm not going to ask your name.
Yeah, but what if somebody says my name and I'm like, I just ignore them?
Yeah, be an asshole.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's start going. Retreat a little to get away from the warg that's sniffing around, and wide berth the two, I guess, across that courtyard at the center of town hall.
Sure.
Wait, how many of these vials do I have in my talons? Do I have 2 or just 1?
We only have 1 left.
Only 1 left. Okay, so
I've got 2 of my own.
Are they weird fire or alchemist flame?
I think you had originally marked them down as alchemist flame, but I don't think anyone actually has true alchemist flame, so I do think they're weird fire.
Oh, then I have 2.
I forget. How is it spelled?
It's not something I've created in D&D Beyond that you guys can add. It was just something you guys added to custom inventory at some point. But WYRD fire.
I thought I had, because
you would have had to add a custom item.
No, I'm just saying. I thought I'm pretty sure I have 1 or 2 more. Because
that very well may be the case. Yeah.
How many did we use in the actual warg area? I only used 1, I think.
I think you did only use 1.
I have 2 remaining. Jiri, you should have 2 from the original batch.
I used 1, and then I got 2.
You have 3, I have 2.
Wait a minute. No, I should only have 2. I must have used another one at some point. Unless I have 3.
Well, you had just recovered 2 in the warehouse. You immediately used 1 on the back gate, so you sort of net gained 1 there, and you might have an additional 1 depending on what you had in your inventory. But
I think
I'm
you
comfortable with pulling sort of a precedent trigger on Jiri. Currently has 2, and Roulette currently has 2. Did you say, or 3? Did you say
2?
Okay, so you each have 2, and are welcome to give Rome what you wish.
All right, let's both give Rome 1. Oh, wait, hold on. What about the stone?
I think the fire is going to be big enough, and I think...
you can just throw the stone, too, if we need to.
I can do that, yes.
Okay. All right, 1 in each talon, then. Should we give our third one for her beak?
No, just the 2.
All right, we should tie them together, in case, so you can hold on to them at the same time.
I'm just going to put 1 in each talon.
Yeah, but if there's a rope, you only have to carry it, just in case.
But then how am I supposed to untie one from the other?
I think you're dropping them at the same spot.
I'm dropping them in the same spot?
Wait, do we want 1 big fire or 2 small fires?
I'd say just 1 big one.
Okay, so we're going to tie 2 of them together on 1 string, and I'm going to drop them where exact? Can we have the map up again so that we can confirm where I'm dropping this thing?
Doesn't it have to be ignited by something?
Exposure to
air.
You guys know it ignites upon exposure to air. They're very carefully sealed and combust upon introduction of oxygen.
That building just to
here.
No, that's where we're coming in from. I would say just south of the main town hall building, like the next to the number upside down 6, slightly down to the left of that green mark.
Somewhere down here ish.
Why am I not just clicking? Yeah, this building. I think this building is a great one to light on fire.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. So I'm gonna fly ahead then. You guys are gonna be like
we're gonna go down this street and then like
kind of far, and then I'll meet you at the front of the building.
Yeah, I'd say that's perfect. You can go back to that perch where you pooped.
Excellent.
Okay.
So let's execute. All this is through Telperion, by the way. He's my mouthpiece.
Even though he's not here. Who has the invisibility powder?
I didn't know you got that.
Who got what?
Invisibility powder.
Who got something with invisibility? Rhea gave it to us.
I have it. I found it.
Okay.
In the snake statue. It's a powder.
So, So that's an emergency measure, maybe for Jokel, maybe for one of us in a dire moment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it now, just so it's. I have a vial of poison that I'm gonna get out and have ready to apply to a blade.
Okay.
Do we have any other potions or one-use things that we've not used? Because
I have one health potion.
I do not have a health potion. I've got a one of your. Well, Rhea gave us a potion of invisibility.
I do believe she gave you guys one potion of invisibility that was given to her for use by Ira.
I don't know who has that. I do not have that.
I did not mark it down myself.
I have potions of greater healing.
I don't know where mine came from, but I have one. I had two, but I used one.
Are you adding?
I wrote down in my notebook. I'll just put this in my inventory.
I've got this guy, and Roulette will take out a little glass sphere with some yellow vapor swirling around inside of it. A gift from those Elegant folks we fought back in the Fae. It's a vapor bomb. I've had it in Moby 3 for a while, but he's been out of commission for a bit.
I think, if I recall, I'm the most accurate throw with that. Because it's a strength-based throw. And you have to hit. So should I hold on to that?
Yeah, you can hold on to it.
Yeah. I'll add a vapor bomb to my inventory. Yeah, I just do recall when we did that, we went through the we figured out I was the best thrower of these as improvised weapons.
And action.
Rome, do we kick off with you dropping the 2 vials of weird fire on that building that we
Hell
determined?
yes. I'm gonna swoop and drop. And I'm gonna swoop directly over the building so that there's no risk of me dropping it in the wrong location. Because it seems like a pretty big target. Like I don't see how I could miss this.
You definitely can't miss it. As soon as you release them from your talons,
I catch an upwind.
Yeah, sure. You also just realize it's a thatch roof, which should catch very well as long as it doesn't dampen the impact of a glass vial. But yes, Roulette?
I literally, like an hour ago, threw one of these against a building, and I would have thought to Hilperion.
Yeah, they're rather fragile, so it's not actually an issue.
Okay. I would have made sure to aim for a beam or something.
Just interjecting a little bit of stress in a high anxiety moment, but cracking upon the thatch roof, immediately catching into a blaze. Neon green and pink and violet indigo flames sprout into being and immediately begin to drip and stick and catch onto this roof. Rome, go ahead and make a perception check with advantage as you do this.
I know we didn't say it specifically, but we are positioned. We have moved forward at this
very
point.
close to this situation, I imagined. 25. You immediately hear the conversation of the 2 front night guards being like, "The hell is that? We aren't supposed to store weird fire here. We'll go see to it. I can't. We're supposed to stick to this position. I think this qualifies as defending the Thane, wouldn't you? Go." And one of them rushes off, and the other, you're not sure. Rome, you are able to circle back around to a location of your choice, whether to perch up on top of the building or meet your friends. Where do you go in this moment?
I'm going to perch on top of the building and just wait for them to arrive.
Okay. You notice as soon as the knight who was told to go check on that runs off, the other knight flees. The other the rest of you go ahead and make a stealth check, all with advantage, as this knight is very preoccupied as he leaps to go investigate the blazing fire.
Holy shit. I will, the final time today, boost my thing up to a 10.
Okay.
Sorry, what are we making?
Stealth check
God.
with advantage, I guess. For Jiri, it's a straight roll.
Great. At this point, I'll just stop saying the whole. This.
I always have that in mind. Yeah.
I won't bother. I won't. I figured you had.
As we're approaching, I have 4 ice arrows. I would like to get 2 of them attached to the tethervine quiver.
Okay.
Just in advance of needing that. And I will take off my shield, which I had been using, and get my bow out.
Okay.
I've got a reason why my roll is low. I'm going to be speaking
Sure.
to Roulette currently and be like, all right, Roulette, remember, the most important part of a performance is confidence. Confidence is key. You got to fake it until you make it. And I'm going to use one of my bardic inspirations on Roulette.
Wow. Okay. Granting it to Roulette.
Yes.
Okay.
The little newt that he met in his head.
No, was that a victory? Was that a pride or something? From the no.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Meko had granted you the ability to do this once per short rest, or isn't there? There's a ruling on how we did that, but then separately you had won a sort of permanent, once usable D12 inspiration die because of your performance at Gray's End, where you guys had met with some. So anyway, this is different from that though. This is your Meko ability.
This is a D6.
Oh no, I was gonna use the Meko one. I was gonna use the other.
If the Meko one's not accessible to you in this moment, the D12 is only available for you to use. It's like a D12 that you can utilize but not grant.
Still feel inspired by this speech though.
But regardless, this conversation, many of you dart past completely unseen to the very front doors of Town Hall. But the last 2 of you, Roulette and Jiri, as a Reaver, a knight and a Reaver walking forward. The other knight does hear you coming and turns and says, I thought you would be at the pens, but regardless, something sprung up here. See to the thing, quickly. I'll try and see what I can do about this. Seems to be occupied with the blaze and allows your passage to the front doors, which is just out of sight from his current visual range. The rest of you, and then Roulette and Jiri catching up, you arrive at the front door. What do you do?
All right. Are you ready, Roulette?
After you, sir.
Oh, I mean, yes. Yes, soldier.
And I will just open the door.
Are you carrying Freya?
You reach. Yeah, you're welcome to be carrying Rhea.
I don't know if
you
can
had chosen that.
I think we're gonna have to like co-carry her, or you're gonna have to carry her. How strong is Roulette?
It makes sense that your lackey would do it.
I will carry Rhea over my shoulder.
Yeah.
I feel like Jerry would have tried and then been like, actually, maybe Roulette, you should carry her.
That's way heavier than a backpack, and I hate carrying those. You reach forward to the doorknob, and it is locked.
Thwarted. Okay.
Wait, do I see this?
Yeah, you guys are all together
We're all
at
there.
the front
Oh,
door.
I take
just
out the
of visual
Reaver's
range.
key that I took off the Reaver's body, and I try to unlock the front door with this.
There are 2
Give me
keys
that,
on there.
soldier.
One's a long, simple key. The other one's a very small, silvery key. The long, simple key that looks like it would go to a door does not fit in the latch.
So there's 2 locks on this door, and this key fit neither.
There's two keys on the key ring.
Oh,
And
I
the
tried
long one that looks like it would be a door
Doesn't work.
does not fit in.
Oh, but there's a little key on this key ring?
There's a tiny key, but that doesn't look like it goes to a door.
Okay, I looked and see that it doesn't work, and I think, oh, and I'm gonna step back, and while they start looking at this lock, I'm gonna try the little key on the iron box.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing as Telpiran pulls this out and fidgets with his stuff?
Jerry, move aside. Move aside for a second.
I am positioning myself I'm lighting my candle and positioning myself so that the darkness won't overlap with Roulette or Jiri, and Telpiran is able to see through that magical darkness.
Okay.
Telpiran, just tell Rome to tell us if the guard starts coming back, and I will set Rhea down gently and take out my thieves' tools, and I will just very quickly try to pick this front door lock.
Okay. You go ahead and make a people often oversimplify it to a sleight of hand check, but a pickpocketing check's not exactly a sleight of hand check. It's a dexterity based check using proficiency if you're proficient with those tools. Are you proficient with thieves' tools? Number one, yes. Okay. And then so you're welcome to make a dex check with your proficiency. And then if there are other things and variables you have, those can matter too.
Or the start?
Telperion, as Roulette is starting to work on the lock, you fit in that tiny key into the lockbox and turn it, and it does pop open. You're able to pry the lid, and you very quickly realize that sterile room that was once warm from Gallus but had been brought down to the bare bones was a Reaver's room, and this is the only thing that was findable in that room. And there's a very small rectangular space in this small lockbox with a small metal divider in it. On one side are 6 stacks of small stacks, maybe 10 coins high or so, of platinum coins. And then on the other side, just loose at the bottom, is a more ornate looking key.
All right. Can I just inspect it real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Even at a glance, it definitely looks like the same brass coloration as the front door to Town Hall. But Roulette, go ahead and make your roll.
25.
And with unquestionable success, you put in your devices, put pressure on the pins, and click, and you're able to turn the knob and push it inward, right as Telperion brandishes.
I think I found the key. I got it.
Yes.
I'll quickly put my tools away and pick Rhea back up. Sir, let's go.
Tell Perrin, give me that box. It'll be
Oh,
good.
I put it back in my bag.
No,
All right, never mind.
I'm currently on Telperion's shoulder, by the way.
Okay. As you fly down to perch yourself on Telperion's shoulder, you lose all visual phenomenon as you have entered the radius of Tobirama's magical darkness candle that only he and Telperion can see out of right now. You can still find Telperion and land if you want, but you are effectively blinded. You can't see anything within that range.
I still have really good hearing, though.
Yes, you are welcome to hear, and you don't need to fly or move, so you're welcome to just sit shrouded in magical darkness. Can't see anything, but you can certainly ride Telperion's shoulder as you all begin to enter.
I'm going to be listening acutely for any distant noises.
And in your head, Rome, you'll hear from me since I can see in the darkness. And I'm just gonna give you like a general, like we're in this room. This is what we're seeing, and I'll Rome, if there's danger, I'll alert you and I'll guide you out of this circle in a direction.
Excellent.
Okay. Well, as you all begin to enter Town Hall, I think I actually am interested in pausing real quick there for a quick bio break, because I need one, and also because then we'll tackle what's within Town Hall next.
Goat.
Dozens of dead bodies.
How much platinum is it?
If you quickly count, it's just short of 6 full stacks of 10. It's 58 platinum.
Ooh.
Oh, Joel.
And I will see you guys in a second.
How's baby Declan doing?
Declan is good. We just had one of Mary's good friends from college come over yesterday, and a family friend come over yesterday, and he was better than usual for them. And then the good friend from college left this morning, and Declan immediately started losing his mind. So it's just like, in general, he's trending in a less fussy than usual direction, but sometimes, man, he gets so mad at us. But he's good. We're just trying to. He's been to daycare a couple times now, which is going to be good for him, being around other kids and like being on a learning to sleep for someone else. So I'm just hoping that he eventually learns how to fall asleep better, because he does not sleep during the day basically at all. But I shouldn't complain, because he will sleep easily for 8 straight hours overnight. So,
well, that's good at least.
Pretty wild. Yeah, we're just shopping for wedding outfits for him, and I think we have something picked out, so that's exciting.
Oh, nice.
Less than 70 days till you guys meet each other. Some of you for the first time.
I've never met MK in person, no.
I'm pumped. That's gonna be a super fun weekend.
Yeah, very excited.
Is everybody back, Tim?
Yes. I don't think I've met your parents either. Anybody's parents. So that'll be interesting too.
And Alyssa, Daryl, and Kate and her boyfriend will be there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll probably sit you with them.
Makes sense.
College friends.
Yeah, very excited about that weekend. But as Alex, I'm sure, will join us here momentarily.
Yep, she's listening.
Perfect.
Perfect. She's here.
So can I get a sort of marching order of who's entering the building in what order, knowing that Toby, Rama, and Telperion and Rome on Telperion's shoulder are shrouded within magical darkness, and therefore are going to probably try and stay 20 feet away from everyone else?
How I kind of envision it is maybe letting Telperion walk on like the kind of front edge of that, so he can be a little closer. Whereas I do, holding the candle, need to stay that distance away.
Hanging back a little bit, just trying to jump in and shroud him in darkness when necessary.
Jerry will go in first.
Before you go in, I just want to try that new key in the door that's been lockpicked to see if maybe I'll just try to lock it behind us.
As you turn around, you are welcome to lock it behind you. It does successfully lock. That key does go to this town hall. Seemingly, based on other knights you've slain, only the Reavers, perhaps, are trusted with the key to town hall, other than perhaps other individuals that outrank them. But
I'll give Kair the key to Jerry. Jerry, this is the Riva's key, so it would explain how you got in.
Yes, my key.
Put it on your belt or something.
I will be a few steps behind Reaver.
Reaver, very nice. Okay. Jerry first, Roulette, Telperion with Rome, and then Toby at back. The first thing you notice as you all move in is a very dimly lit via sconces on the wall town hall interior, the familiar foyer many of you have been in before as you've interacted with the matriarchs on a couple occasions in here, as well as perhaps Ira maybe being here once with you guys. But you guys have been in this building before, and it does look extra lavish now, fitted with like delicate rugs and tapestries and animal skin furs over the hung over the backs of chairs and such. Fairly gaudy, and no other individuals seem to be down here in the foyer space and or the library off to the side. There's a couple other rooms and areas, but most notably if your sort of goal is to reach upstairs, you know exactly where that stone staircase leads up.
We just go try and kill the thing. Our knowledge is virtually unguarded. Or do we go for Jokel first and see if should we go to the basement to see if there's like a prisoner in the basement?
DM, having been in the town the second longest after Toby and knowing town hall, if I were to store a hostage / prisoner somewhere in this building, is there an obvious spot where I would think Jokel would be in this building?
Go ahead and make a general intelligence check. The DC definitely is affected because you are
man
than others.
Ooh.
With a nat 20, you know the only subterranean space here is a very, very small storage room. Can't build basements that deep here, so close to a lake, other than the fort up on a hill. But you don't think a hostage would likely be kept down there. That's like where barrels of ale and stuff might be stored. And with the information given by Telperion that Jokel now adorns some display of the Thane, you suspect you will find Jokel likely no other place than where the Thane is residing. Which, if he's taken Matriarch Adola Moreau's room, the largest room upstairs, you suspect you know exactly where you may find Jokel.
I guess we've got one of two things. Either we try and swindle Jokel out of here somewhere, or we just try and sneak attack and kill them as quickly as possible.
Jerry could call out for the Thane right now. Thane, I bring the dead half orc. You could get the Thane to come to us. This room, some of us could get to the sides. We're not going to fight well in our bedroom.
Yeah, we hide in darkness, ambush.
Wait, no. Wouldn't we fight better in a bedroom? Wouldn't we want to just surround the Thane and just smack him from all sides?
If you call the Thane in, that's what we could do, but we wouldn't be on his home turf where he could swindle a potion off the countertop or something.
There's that. He's a magic user, so if we're all clumped too close, I'm certain that could be a problem. Yeah, if we could get him down here, that'd be great.
We've locked the door.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. I think it might be too cramped up there for all of us to get in there. And I know this room, and I know I don't know what he's got stored up in there that might be I don't know, trapped or something. He seems plenty paranoid. He doesn't leave the building. He's got his own knights out front. I think getting him down here might be the play.
What's his name?
Gaspard. Gaspard.
Oh yeah,
is the Thane's name.
Also just yell Thane. Wait, can I think, Critter, back to when I read his mind and he cursed the man for the potion that didn't work? What was the noun he used? It's probably in my notes. Oh, sorry.
Probably used the word mage. Damn, mage's potion didn't work.
Oh, Jerry. Call him the mage.
All right, I got this. And Jiri will just like bellow the top of his lungs in the bugbear-y voice, right? Because was he a bugbear? No, he was just a human, right?
Yeah.
So just a deep kind of like whatever the guy's voice was, and I'll just yell, "Mage!"
That half orc. I got the half orc. Oh, just
brought you a gift.
Yes.
I've spent nearly the entire session just combing my character sheet because I'm really, really looking for any and everything. That's not a spell I can use.
No one seems to respond or call back.
All right, then I will say, fine, I'll bring it to you. And then, all right, let's go knock on the door, I guess.
If we give it another beat, do we hear any movement or anything upstairs?
You are welcome to make a perception check. Everyone that wants to can make a perception check.
I'm gonna start like just actively trying to hide.
Okay, you're welcome
And,
to make a stealth roll. Yeah.
And I'm shrouding him. I don't know if that would give him advantage in
I
darkness.
already have advantage.
It's not that clear. Just I'll keep the darkness in mind, but going with the advantage roll that you already have will be good. Those with 20 or higher. Rome, you're welcome to make this as well in your Owlin form. Owl form. Owlin is an actual creature.
With advantage, right?
Yes, because even if you're on Telperian's shoulder in darkness, you're just trying to hear things, so advantage definitely is in play. Definitely think those of you that rolled higher than a 20,
which is
so Telperian and Toby and Roulette and Rome, so just not Jiri, who is just called and is marching forward. The rest of you are able to hear. You do think like just like a thud, like something was tossed, and like a clink. There are sounds of motion upstairs. It's not motionless, but
Or he might be busy doing something. In which case, it might not come to us.
Jiri, you want me to how about I just wait at the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah, stay here with the body. I'm gonna go up.
I'm gonna think to tell Perion, what if I was kind of perched above the door frame and like I attacked as he comes through the
pooped on him. Good idea.
Rome, here's what I'd say.
Psychological damage.
Fly up, go past Jiri. Do not attack until maybe he's in motion. But like you could come from the backside of him where he's not expecting. So I just save your attack until someone else has blown cover in some way.
Okay, I'm gonna...
And transform into a T-Rex and eat him.
As a note on the T-Rex front, although transformation certainly is a powerful tool, the ceilings in here are not going to accommodate the form of a 15-foot high T-Rex. You may burst, if upon trying to transform, you may burst through wood and beams and damage the structure of the building as well as yourself cramped into a smaller space. Just a note that T-Rex can still be a powerful tool, but will be hindered in many ways because of the restraint of a building structure.
I might also hurt you guys doing that.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to remain as an owl, and I'm going to fly ahead of Jiri to, like, hide, waiting for this creature to,
okay.
So they can swoop.
Jiri, you are welcome to head up first.
I do.
You are able to ascend the stone staircase, and there's a very small corridor. You know that there's two very small rooms to the right, and about 15 feet to the left through that corridor is the door to what you know Rome had scoped out as likely the room here. Do you just walk up to that door and walk in? It is closed.
Well, I walk up to it and then I pause before it for just a moment to listen.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check. There are different DCs here based on what information you gain. With a 5, you do hear hushed mutterings of an individual. Just very hushed, muted conversation, no intelligible words able to be made. But there's an individual moving around on the other side of that door.
Mage, get out here.
What is it?
I've brought you something. Come, see it with your own eyes.
You should know by now. I am preparing to leave. Go fetch me a horse and ready it for my journey to Elandris. If you have something you need desperately, you may enter. You know the word.
I have brought you something. You will need to see it with your own eyes. Come on out, and then I will get you your horse.
What could it be that is possibly more important than what I am trying to achieve here?
Ah, then it will be a good surprise if you can't even imagine it. Come on out.
My river, you will need to provide me more information. This is not suitable. I'm getting back to my business. I have much packing to do.
All right, all right. The orc. We have slain her. She
In
had
fact, she is no longer a thorn on our side.
but she had an interesting message on her that we bid you come read.
Very well.
Walks forward a bit. You can hear the sound of approaching footsteps. And the doorknob begins to turn. And it opens. And I'm going to move just Jiri to this first.
Son of a bitch.
Jiri, approaching you as the door swings inward is this individual. Long, thin, black mustache that curls off his face. Very regal, deep blue velvet attire with trim of red. Very, like, just severe looking. Not quite fashionable unless he's trying to make it so. Wielding a glass-headed staff by his side and producing just a small, glowing, flickering blue flame in his right hand, which disperses as he retrieves his hand. His mage hand spell having opened the door for him. He's about 15 feet back, and there are wisps of magic emanating from his shoulders and his face, roughly in the shape of what armor might look like on an individual who otherwise would not dare to wear something so encumbering. And you can see over to the side a green lit fireplace flickering with glass rods, flickering with seemingly weird fire, that it's not spreading on the glass. Two statues.
Do I recognize who the statues are depicting?
The one directly nearest to you, you recognize immediately. The other one seems to be a wood elf, female.
Got it.
What is it? I thought you may have her on you. Where is she? Bring her here at once so I can prove to myself that she is not going to continue destroying our home.
Says the word home with such disdain.
Yes, we have her. She's down there. Look, see for yourself.
It's sort of out of the way, so
Bring her up to me. I have packing to do. I need to get my books all up into a case, and I believe I have a few more potion bottles I need to gather up.
There's quite a lot of blood. Are you sure you want it dripping all over the place?
Ugh, do what you can to not make it such a mess, but so be it.
and just turns away from you and continues
Are
further
we
into
able
the
to
room.
hear the conversation from where we are?
You hear conversation. I would say you specifically might be able to hear fairly well with your extremely high passive perception, but anyone sub 20 passive perception probably can hear conversation happening, but not catching every word.
So
It's up staircase, down a corridor in a different room. It's audible, but not clearly.
I will think to Telperion. Can you try and let him know that he should call Roulette up and will follow in darkness?
I can't see him, so I can't. We'd have to sneak up to him.
Man,
also-
I was about to do that. Roulette, or I don't say that. Soldier, get up here. Bring the body.
I'm going to make sure I have my my flail clipped to like the back of my belt, so it's really accessible, but not visible. I will throw gently Rhea over my shoulder, and I will start clumping up the stairs
I will
towards.
say one more thing. Take your time. Try not to spill as much blood on the stairwell, staircase,
Stairs.
stairs. And I will enter into
Okay.
the room.
Gaspard, the mage, continues further over toward his desk, and I will move Roulette now onto this page. Roulette, as a knight, you are welcome to move yourself a little bit forward into this room, and you see the familiar face of your friend and former mentor and tutor, Jokel. Fully turned to stone in grayscale, statue-esque form.
I was hoping Roulette would stall a little bit so that I had some time to just look around and then kind of just watch the thing to see like what is the thing doing specifically while we're waiting.
That can certainly happen over the next couple of rounds of seconds as Roulette delays her way up here. You're welcome to go ahead and make a general perception check in the room. You see beautifully lavish green velvet furniture, sanded wood tabletops, a piano over in the corner, which was certainly hell to move in here. You know, the matriarchs did not have a piano up here. A couple simple wood frame bookshelves and tables, which a scattering of supplies and parchments and things are on, as well as a very small staircase that sort of spirals into a longer, like a tiered loft space that also has many bookshelves up there.
Do hurry up, Reaver. Can you interject some haste into your soldier's gait?
I can indeed. Soldier, hurry up. Don't worry about spilling blood.
And I will hoof it the rest of the way to that doorway.
And we'll be following in darkness.
Okay. Soldier, do close that door behind you for a moment, would you?
There is the moment that I step like into the doorway, I will probably look over, and so a couple of things. I will see Jokel as a statue, and probably go rigid, and stay completely quiet, and without meaning to, probably will just drop Rhea off my shoulder, in just pure shock, like at my feet.
Soldier, pick that body up. I will close the door behind you. Bring it over to the thing right now.
There will be a beat as I like shake myself out of it, and I will pick Rhea back up, and start moving into the room.
You are welcome.
I will kind of walk slowly across the room to get to the door, but it's going to be left open.
Okay. You effectively arrive at the door eventually. The Thane does turn around and see slain Rhea, and it piques his interest enough to move toward that direction. And that's probably by the time you even slowly get toward the door. When you get near the door, before you touch it or anything, the Thane does call one more time. Do be careful with the word. Remember, it is today's word, not yesterday's.
Remind me one more time.
Yes.
Make a general persuasion check. This isn't to pass yourself off as someone else or anything specifically, so straight roll.
Holy shit.
You know as well as I do not like repeating myself. Today's word is serendipity.
I shall not forget it.
What do you do?
Well, as soon as the roulette starts moving forward, and I see that the Thane has caught their attention, is moving with us, like towards the both of us, I'll kind of stop and like pretend like I forget about the door and be like, "Come, Thane, look what we have done, what we've accomplished."
Yes, I am getting to it. Do close the door as I asked.
Yes, I shall.
Yes, you shall right this moment.
I am currently doing it.
And
Very well. Good work, my reaver. And you, knight, were you the one who slew this individual?
Staring purely at Jokel, I'm still just kind of mute at this moment. No, sir. No, I'm in my best fake male voice. I don't know. No, I'll just do my own voice because that's what I did last time. No, sir. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna move her body to the screen just for fun. Except
As I approach,
have a big red X. There we go. Yep.
as I approach the door, I like pretend to like look out in the hallway and look around. And when I see the like, well, I can see Telperion through the darkness.
It's from looking out through this door, there's a 10-15 foot corridor that then goes downstairs at a 90-degree angle. The rest of your crew's not visible right this moment.
Oh,
We
I
had
moved
said that we
upstairs.
were following, like, at a distance earlier.
Okay, you would know even in a dimly lit corridor, a sphere of magical darkness is going to be very apparent. So I imagine you would have still tried to not let that be visible yet. But Telperion and Rome on his shoulder are welcome to be sort of at the top of the stairs, as close as possible, if that's where you wish.
I think
Wait,
Rome is.
Yeah, I'm ahead. I'm like kind of hiding in an area past where the door is.
She had left Telperion to go ahead and be on the
Okay,
other
I
side of
may
the
have
door.
missed that, but go ahead and make
Yeah.
a stealth check, both of you.
While they're doing that, I just whisper serendipity outside the door as I slowly close it.
You whisper the word serendipity. Go ahead and make a perception check.
So to be clear, Rome is as a bird on the far side. Door, orb, me at the very front of the orb with Toby a little bit behind me.
Okay. I loosely have an understanding. Rome at the far side doesn't mean much to my brain, but as close as possible is what I'm picturing.
Because it's at the end of a hallway, so like there's no past the door. Let's say she's above the door frame, because that's initially where she said she was going to go. So like she's on top of the door frame.
Yeah,
That'll
that's
do.
what I want.
Okay. Jiri with a natural 20. As you're reaching for the doorknob and you say the word serendipity, you can see the very faint violet glow from the back of the doorknob that was reflecting against the metal plate where the doorknob's affixed to dims as you grab the doorknob and are able to move it.
So, can I tell if the door is now unlocked?
It doesn't seem to have unlocked the door in any way. The door was not locked in the first place, but you have temporarily suppressed a magical glyph that was on it.
Okay. I hope that the bird heard me say it as well, and then
Rome is close enough to have heard that word.
And then I closed the door.
Okay. Door's closed.
When the door closes, I'll snuff the candle. Okay. I don't think that's... And I'll also now try and get a little closer since I was hanging back.
Okay. You go ahead and make a stealth check as well. I'm ruling right now off his passive perception, which is otherwise somewhat very nice. Very nice. He does not seem alerted to the presence of any individuals past the door.
Very well done, my Thane and Knight. This is perhaps a fitting conclusion to our time here, although she and whatever allies she had with her have made appropriate folly of us here, and I need to retreat to Elandris at once. The letter I recently received should serve as no suspicion when I show up there ahead of schedule.
The others, Thane, that is why we are here to talk to you.
Yes, what news do you have? Have you ever been able to track down the individuals responsible for this madness?
We have some of them, but others have escaped. We believe there are more than just this orc. She may have recruited others to her cause.
Unfortunate. Rather skilled individuals, perhaps, to evade your eyes and those of the Dead Eye, but still, nothing that should occupy our exit to Elandris. This place is lost to us. We must collect our things and we shall set foot out as soon as possible.
Thane, we know what they are after. Before we leave, maybe we could, me and my soldiers could lay one last trap for them.
In what way? What do you think they want in a way that we could lure them in? I figured the fact that this one was likely leading the charge to free her little friend over there, there's nothing for them to achieve here any longer.
Well, that's exactly what they are after. And I point towards the statue of Jokel. Let me take it, put it down in the center of town. They will come for it. I know. Me and my soldiers will lay an ambush. And when they arrive to rescue their friend, we will kill all of them.
An intriguing proposition. Although I do not have any reason to hate these newcomers as much as I have these two. They have plagued us for weeks, and I am ready to be done with the both of them. I think I would rather shatter the statue than let it be used as bait to lure in.
Merlin takes a step forward.
Magic crackles in his fingers a little bit.
My Thane, you will have great reason to hate these newcomers for when you see what they have done. They have made a mockery of you and your rule here. They have destroyed the fort, set it ablaze, killing many of our soldiers. I want revenge. I will kill every single one of them. Please, give me this statue, and I shall do it.
Simple-minded enough in your motivations. That is why I like having your kind around. But allow me time to think on it. I think I would rather dispose of him myself, but do go prepare me my horse, and by the time I'm finished packing, I will have considered your offer.
So it will be done.
Very well. Leave the half-orc here. Perhaps I can toss her into the weird fire while I shatter her friend, or try and hold myself back from doing so as I ponder your offer.
Roulette has not stopped staring at the statue of Jokel this entire time.
What is the matter with you, Knight? You have your orders.
At the first mention of shatter is when I would have moved up to make sure I am next to the mage. It's is that your work? Did you make him like that?
Oh, I see the stories of my exploits still perhaps live shrouded in mystery and despair and fear. Yes, indeed, knight, and know that should you ever misstep out of line, you may meet the same fate as this poor individual.
It's amazing trick you got there. It's admiration I have for you, Thanes. Why?
But of course, there could be nothing but admiration for my grandeur and magical prowess.
Sir, perhaps we should bring in the other package that we've retrieved from the other uh, assailants.
Ah, yes, Thane. How could I have forgotten? A greater spoil than even this orc.
Impossible. What do you have for me?
We have a prince.
What? What
Yes.
prince?
We slew a
spoken to
prince of
these
the
lands?
elves. A prince of the elves.
Did we mistakenly capture a prince of that feral wood elven village? That is
Yes, indeed.
delightful. I don't think our torturing had revealed that information.
My Thane, stay here. I shall retrieve him. Soldier, look after the Thane and of this body. I shall return.
Do make it quick. My horse longs to be prepared.
Thane, the detail on this statue is incredible beyond anything, and I will start like taking a half step forward towards Jokel, kind of doing a weird social thing of like trying to make the mage come with me closer to Jokel. How did you get such incredible small like this here? And I'm trying to like cajole him with me over towards Jokel if possible.
Sure. Go ahead and make a general charisma check.
Sure.
Jiri, as you approach the door, just since you had seen it before and are going back there again, a couple dozen seconds of conversation have happened, and the glow does seem to be there behind the doorknob again, just for your reference.
DM, can I in the brief moments that we've been with the Thane, knowing that he's a very egotistical individual, can I ask for advantage if I'm playing to his ego and praising the statue of someone that he made? Feel free to say no.
In general, I'm not always going to be very super amenable to asking for advantage without a mechanical reason for it. However, playing to his ego at the use of his highest available level spell slot that enabled this to happen, it's kind of uniquely suited for that specific flattery. You can have advantage on that check.
Thank you, my lord.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, the -1.
With a 15, he does follow you with like a crooked eyebrow.
Oh, one of your persuasion has a interest in the arcane arts. I did not realize they taught some of you to appreciate the finer things in life. Yes, you can tell by,
And he just starts divulging information about the creation of this stonework and how severe magical channeling has to happen to get everything right. Otherwise, you could kill an individual accidentally at the trying this spell out with not the appropriate level of magical understanding.
Roletta's like
So he
trying
begins to
not to
speak
shake.
to you.
Huh?
He just is conversing with you,
Okay.
pointing things out. You very much asked a grandpa to talk about the war, like he's full in, like
Yeah.
But Jiri, what are you doing at the door?
I speak the command word and I open it up, and who do I see?
I'm seeing you
see the
there.
dimming of that light, and you're welcome to open it up. And I
I
think
open
the
up.
first thing is Yeah, probably Telperion.
All of us actually, because the candle's out.
Oh, that's right.
And I say, "Come here, elf," and I like smack the wall, so it sounds like I'm smacking Telperion. And I'm like, "Come here,
You hear in your brain. You hear in your brain. It would be useful, wouldn't it, if you could psychically tell me what you were thinking? And as this is happening, I'm going to put my greatsword in the poison.
Okay.
Greatsword in one hand, vapor bomb in the other hand, and stealthing. I want to. Oh.
No, I come over to you and I don't know. Do you have a rope on you or anything?
No. I do in my bag actually. But why? Can I just come in and fucking?
You're captive.
I thought I was okay.
Oh, what? Quick!
I don't. Did you say I was? Didn't you say I was dead or captured?
No, you're captive. We're torturing you.
Okay, sure. I grab a rope and I just loop it around my arm. I'm not at all gonna like do anything with that, and then I just hand it to you. All right, Heather.
Perfect. Look miserable, like we've been torturing you.
Okay, I put my greatsword on my back and then walk in looking sad.
Okay. As soon as you both enter, and I will finally move Telperion onto the screen.
Actually, and as we're walking in,
actually, I think I can move everyone to the screen now that enough of you guys have sort of entered here. So let me do this, or have at least peered inward.
Jerry, you hear in your head, are you trying to get information, or can I just attack him the second I see him?
I'll just play it cool for a little bit.
All right, I'm going to attack him very quickly.
No, Telperion, play it cool.
Fine.
Okay. Anything I need to track there, Roulette, or are you just self-imposing things?
I'm standing in front of a stone version of Jokel next to the guy who did it to him, so that's more of just, am I keeping my cool?
Understood. Telperion, you are beginning to be led inward through this door, and the Thane turns from his description of the stonework toward Roulette and regards you guys walking in. Ooh, I do not believe I've seen this individual before. Is this the prince you were describing?
Yeah, and I bring Telperion over and I pretend to kick his knee out.
Why is he not disrobed of his armor? I think that is equipment he has on his back. What have you done here?
Toby will sprint in through the open door.
As the Thane starts getting angry, I am going to cast a spell.
Okay. With this happening, an
alerted
Thane very quickly gets nervous, and we're going to go ahead and let's roll initiative here.
Glob.
Is initiative Dexter?
Yeah.
Yes, for an owl, yeah.
Really wanted to throw the vapor bomb with it unseen.
That would have been cute. Critter, can you blow up the Thane real quick? I want to see what this nerd is like.
Absolutely.
He's so nerdy.
He's already adorned in wispy, floating mage armor. Otherwise, a very hoity-toity, high, elegant seeming individual. All right, what have we got here? Jiri, Roulette, Telperion still need Rome and Toby's roles on here, but I probably need to pull them onto the screen so that they can even do that.
Oh, I rolled a 10.
Perfect. I will just add you guys. I'm going to put Toby Ramet barely in the room with you having just rushed in. Rome with a 10.
Oh, this is for my resistance. I haven't done that yet.
Toby, yours was 17. Okay. My brain stopped. Advantage on initiative. Oh, Sentinel Shield is what gives you that. Very nice.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries at all. I just literally had a brain fart. You had a 17. Rome, you're in your owl form, so I'm going to put a bird on the screen.
Burb.
Token layer. That is assigned to Rome. It's technically shown as a hawk right now, but we're going to say it's an owl. And I need to add that to initiative.
You want me to hold? No.
And with that, we're pretty close to being good here, I think. Okay. Jiri, you are first to move.
All right, I guess we're fighting this guy. I will run behind him, and I will draw my sword and attack.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack as something else happens.
What happens?
As you pull out your sword and are rushing to attack, a spinning Vantablack, reflectionless dagger spirals through the air toward you and embeds itself in your shoulder with a 22. I assume that hits.
Yep.
And you are next to his ally. You take a total of 23 piercing damage as an individual reveals himself at the top of the balcony. The individual that Rome had seen before, and now that Jiri barely remembers, but Tobirama identifies this individual as well as another highly trusted individual of the Wraith Watch, not a Reaver, but a Deadeye, an assassin who typically wear goggles of night that help them see in dark vision, very reflective goggles, over here at the top of a balcony. Small balcony, like 5 feet up. It's not large, but peeking out from behind where a bookcase was up there.
Was his turn before mine?
His turn was before yours, and he had held an action targeting whoever closed in on the Thane.
Got it. Okay.
So you are immediately hit with that, but you are at the Thane's position now.
And I will attack.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. You do have advantage because of your positioning, yes. 28 is going to hit. However, reactionarily, even though it won't prevent the strike from hitting, he will cast Shield. But notably, when he does so, a glowing aura surrounds him immediately, and your blade sinks into where his arm had caught, but it damages like fake protective mist on his arm instead of it. As very quickly, just because I want to get the features out here and it's not critically dependent on spoiler material, Gaspard is an abjurer, and anytime he casts abjuration magic, he can re-up a protective shield around himself. But how much damage did you deal to him here?
12.
12 total damage. Okay. You also see that your strike seems not to sink in quite as effectively as you thought it may. But you're welcome to swing again.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
With a nat 20, what's the damage looking like on this one?
14 plus. Yes, plus an 11.
For 25 total. 6. You see the magical ward of energy surrounding and protecting his skin, barely hanging on as he does take the brunt of that attack without seeming to be heavily wounded. But you have almost chewed through his entire protective layer.
I will blast him with my water bottle.
Okay, you're welcome to do so. Strength save. That is a line effect, yes? Or is it just you target a creature? I'm just wondering how this could affect Roulette directly behind him.
I think it's a target, but let me see.
I think it's a 30-foot line.
Is it?
I think so.
I honest to God don't remember right now, so I need your help.
No, it's you aim a geyser at a creature you can see within 30 feet of you. The target must succeed on a DC 30 saving throw or take 1d4 bludgeoning damage and fall prone. It's a target. It's just a target within 30 feet.
Perfect. Okay, so you gust him with hydro pump basically, and he makes a strength save.
Yeah.
Which he is not particularly good at.
He
tries to push back, but even the rushing of water is enough to chew through the very minor bit of temp hit points he had left. And you knock away the worded barrier around him and push him to the ground.
Yeesh. That's it.
That'll do it for Jiri. Toby Rama, you are next. And as you are rushing in, and Rome and Telpier and everyone, this is free information now, you do see adorning the front of the fireplace a statuified Jokel, as well as a statuified female wood elf.
Okay, let's do some...
Toby, up top! And I will
I
point
will
to the guy in black.
Run 30 feet and kind of leap over Rhea and the couch to get to there.
Okay.
And I will turn towards the man clad all in black and fire at him with an arrow, and I will be using a charge of the bow, to cast the fear spell on him.
Should it hit?
So
okay.
In addition to normal. Okay. Plus 10. Come on, baby.
Oh my god. The crits have been wild for us today.
Choosing not to use the crit feature of the bow, you crit anyway.
I would,
and with the fear spell.
I had mentioned I was tethering an ice arrow. That is what I would have drawn for this.
That's totally fair game. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally fair game.
And so let's do damage first. This, or I should have clicked on it, I guess. So I'll roll another d6 for that. Another d8 for blessed strikes. And then 2d6 for the ice arrow.
Amazing.
Okay. And the fear.
We're going to get to that. So that's
amazing.
14, 20, 25, 28 damage.
The shot is perfect. You see him having just released his dagger toward Jiri, foe Reaver, and he looks up just in time, and he does uncanny dodge, barely avoiding a vital hit to make it just embed itself in his shoulder rather than the center of his chest. So he will take half the damage at, I think, 14.
I think, 28 becomes 14.
Should those D6 and D8 have been rolled twice?
He did that. He already doubled everything.
I worked through that.
Okay.
So he has a con save to make for the ice arrow and a... Let's check. I assume it's wisdom, but let's check. That is not going to do it. Where am I? Cast the fear spell on only one enemy. Now let's look at fear. It is a wisdom saving throw. Which is a fail.
That is a failure.
Each creature, or the creature, must drop whatever it is holding and become frightened for the duration. While frightened by the spell, it must take the dash action and move away from me by the safest available route, unless there is nowhere to move. If it ends its turn where it can't see me, then it can try and save at the end of its turn. But to make this a little bit better, and also he has half movement speed from the ice arrow, which, let me read that.
Well,
Have
it
its movement
counteracts his
speed
dashing
halved
speed,
next
kind
turn.
of, yeah.
But what's great about this is I am going to use my bonus action to retract him if he fails. Let's see.
What does he have to fail there?
Strength
Arch-
saving throw.
The most archeryist you've ever met.
I love this.
A creature of size medium or smaller.
Vex could never.
That is a
think
success.
he will-
so he
I
is
think
not
he will
pulled towards
prevent
me.
being pulled over the balcony toward you. But otherwise, you have this individual not tethered, right? He pulls free from the arrow strike, but... Or does it still automatically tether him?
I can use a bonus action to retract it. It doesn't say what happens if they succeed. I think it's still... Let me read through it.
Well, if they succeed, they're certainly not pulled, but
Right.
even before it says that, are they already tethered automatically on a hit?
To magically connect the end of the ammunition to the plant, use a bonus action to retract the quiver. So I retract it, no matter what. So it retracts. He doesn't get pulled
Okay.
with it. The ice arrow is also destroyed in the firing of it.
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
And that is me having used, let me measure that out, because that matters for that. 35 feet of the tether gone away.
Okay.
Action, bonus action movement, that's my turn.
Roulette, you are up. A proned Thane lays in front of you.
Blood, fury, flames on the side of my face, and I will take out the flail and swing down at the now. Hold on. Because he's prone, I get advantage, but I did see him cast shield.
Yeah, there is still the shimmering aura of the shield around him, but the otherwise protective coating around his arms is gone.
Yeah, he's prone. I'm just gonna swing down at him.
Okay.
We'll swing once first, just to see what happens. Advantage, correct?
Advantage. Yep.
That prone is so huge.
24.
24. You see your flail fight through resistance on its trajectory, but it does make it through and bash him.
Thank God. Oh, it's not funny. 11 bludgeoning.
11 bludgeoning. Okay. He is not actively concentrating. Got it.
Oh, and Chris, I'm concentrating on the fear spell. If you want to mark
indeed.
me as that.
Great. Just before Steve's in, would I be moved? I'd be in further, right? I wouldn't have just been in the doorway because like they pulled me into the room.
You were literally here, moving into the room when
Okay.
Toby rushed past you. So you're effectively one space in the room right now, as you
Okay.
are.
I'm just gonna swing again. Yeah. More, but I can't. 24 again.
That'll hit again.
Hell yeah.
Damage is key. We need to kill him ASAP.
12
That's
damage.
high. 20,
12
30 to a
damage.
hopefully squishy dude is going to be
Okay.
great.
Yeah, you are battering this guy around a little bit on the ground.
What are you doing? This is outrageous. You are the ones who did this to our town, aren't you?
Shut up, bitch. I
Jesus.
needed to say that.
I love how out of tune
Right.
that was. Like, I love the shock of that.
And I'm gonna just start going this way over to the stairs, and I don't know which way Telperian's going, but I'm gonna just like start. I'm assuming those are stairs that I'm on right now.
They are stairs, and so it'll functionally be a 1, 2, 3, 4 movement in a grid to get up them. But
Okay, how far am I from the guy right now? The guy in black?
with a flail within reach, with a melee weapon, he's a little bit far for you to try.
So he's like 10 feet-ish away from me. Okay, I'm not swinging at him. I'm staying. I have no bonus actions. End of turn.
Okay. Tell Tyrion.
No, sorry. One last thing I will do.
Sure.
Upon the second strike, electricity flows back up the flail, and I will turn around and just, as if to throw the flail at the other guy, but it'll just be like a spark of lightning that leaves the flail for my arcane jolt to do 2d6 to the guy up top.
You can choose a different target as long as it's within a range.
Yes,
okay.
I will. I'm going to confirm that right now because I'm scrolling to it. Once per turn, when
cool. Yep.
When you hit a target with a magic weapon, to a creature or object within 30 feet of the target. So as long as he's within 30,
yeah, he is within 30 feet.
2d6 to the guy upstairs.
Hell yes. Love that.
He is hurt by it.
He is hurt by it. That's my turn.
You see him recoil in shock and try and reach for the arrow that's already melted out of his shoulder.
Okay. My turn? So it takes 25 movement for me to get next to Gaspard. So Telperion races into the room, elvish cloak fluttering behind him. He pockets the vapor bomb at the moment. So then he's gonna get here and take. I want to just can you describe this visage to me? Is it a small balcony? How big is the doorway?
Yeah, it's like a 6-foot tall wooden wall that then levels off to like a loft space. There's a bunch of bookshelves up there. It's off map, but a bunch of bookshelves, as well as windows up there.
So
he
he's
has
above.
Yes, he's
okay.
A little elevated from you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore that. I hope I don't die for it. So I've used 25 feet to get here. Gaspard on the ground. I'm just gonna swing twice.
Okay, do so with advantage.
The poison's on the blade, but I did roll an 8, so it doesn't matter.
Even with advantage.
8 plus. Yeah, so I rolled a 3 and an 8. 18 to hit.
So you figure this is an easy target, but when you swing down, you do see the shimmering globe of protection as his shield repels your blade.
Okay. Then coming at from a different angle and turning around and spinning, I sweep my sword back at him.
Come on, baby.
Cool.
I rolled an 8 and a 2 that time.
Damn.
What a waste of a turn.
Your sword strikes just both deflected upward by a borderline invisible force. Every time you're making impact, the sphere of that force field just sort of shimmers.
Okay, can you describe my surroundings a little bit? I see desks,
rugs, couches, bookshelves, desks. Glowing glass cylinders with weird fire on them, casting light into the space.
Okay. What? Okay. I'm going to. I have one bonus action left. I just want to use the right thing. So I can shove. I can currently. Oh, the guy on the balcony. Can I pull him 5 feet towards me?
Yeah.
You can certainly try.
Yeah.
I do try. Because I presume visibly that would be pulling him into the air.
Correct.
Yeah, I want to try. 15 strength save, please.
You made a good one earlier.
Yeah.
He is pulled, and with a 6-foot drop or so, he won't take damage. But I'll give him an acrobatics check to see if he can avoid falling prone.
Probably good at those.
He does not fall prone. So he just leans into the momentum shift, landing in a sort of 3-point stance, very unfazed by what you did to him.
That was brilliant.
I'm gonna get in his face.
Okay.
And I have 10 feet of movement left, so I'm gonna just go. Does he have daggers in his hand or a bow?
He was forced to drop whatever he was holding.
Yes, he had dropped his longbow up above, and he does not have a dagger in his hand.
Okay, I'm gonna just go hover in front of him. That's my turn.
Okay. Rome, it is your turn as your owl self.
All right, I'm going to use my bonus action to de-transform out of owl form.
Can you confirm for me? I think I believe you. Can you confirm that all druids can bonus action unwild shape?
It
Because
says
only
it
moon
in
druids
my,
can
like,
bonus action shape, but
it says it in my like features thing, so I would assume that if it's
okay. I just literally
right?
didn't know that rule, so okay. You use your bonus action to become true Rome.
Yeah, it takes an action to like transform into, but you can take a bonus action to de-transform.
Got it.
So yeah, I'm gonna de-transform, and with my hands, I'm gonna close the door to prevent any sort of escape, and I'm going to cast Blight on the Reaver, which is a con save.
As this is
15.
turn
No,
one,
sorry. Wait,
recently
no.
deactivated.
No, the Thane. I'm sorry, the Thane.
Okay. Also, you are able to close the door behind you, and as soon as you do so and let go, your high passive perception picks up on a subtle glow that begins to emanate from the doorknob. But you have your turn available to you. You're targeting the Thane with what?
Blight.
Blight. Got it.
Fuck.
He's a plant thane.
Okay. Con save.
We love those.
Oh,
He does succeed and will take half the damage.
Right, do I still roll 8d8 or do I only
Yeah,
roll?
go ahead and roll the whole 8d8 and then we'll just have the result.
All eights. All eights.
Do you imagine?
That's a
Pretty
lot of
chunky.
eights.
A lot of eights!
That's pretty
Holy
chunky.
fuck!
22
can you
damage.
imagine?
You see him scream in pain as his body begins to wither and age rapidly.
What are you doing? Spellcasters with you all?
Horrified by the threat he faces. What else does Rome do?
I'm gonna stay. I mean, I can't do any sort of like bonus actioning, so I guess I'll move right here to kind of like hope. Actually, no. I'm gonna move right here so I can be somewhat concealed behind the chair.
Okay.
Yes.
You can buy yourself a little bit of cover over behind the chair. Perfect.
That's it.
That's so weird.
It is Thane Gaspard's turn. Forces himself up to his feet.
This is ludicrous. You all. I will make sure you lose here today in some regard. For now. You, and that one, and that one.
Gestures in the air and casts animate objects.
Amazing.
Holy
Oh.
shit.
My God.
Amazing.
That's so cool. Oh no, you cruel motherfucker.
As also a series of animated books leap off the shelf and fly, hovering, flapping their wings. And I'm going to give them 2 sort of section rolls. Well, they don't need initiative because they act according to his bonus action, so my apologies. I'm going to remove them from initiative count. With his action, he commands them,
My books, my statues, destroy these intruders.
and they will all immediately, with a bonus action commanding their aggression, will all move. 3 books flying at Toby Rama. A book flying at Roulette and 2 at Telperion. And then Jokel and a Wood Elven individual are going to attack the Reaver. Except for some reason the grid seems off. Okay, we're going to do statue on the left first, who does have advantage opposing with Gaspard. Jiri, does a 20 hit you?
Yeah.
With a 20, just a stonework statue fist just pummels you from the back as this wood elf slams you for 6 damage.
Yeah, Drew's not looking good.
Then Jokel does not gain advantage
Hell yeah.
and just like swings wide, and you're able to duck and account for that. Toby Rama, 3 book attacks coming at you.
2 with advantage, right?
Correct. I'll do the one that's not advantage first. Death by paper cuts.
That will hit me, causing a concentration check. How much? 6. I'll mark that. 6. No way. As
That's
I
a loss
stop
on fear.
on fear.
Wait, what does fear do again? Hold on a second.
It was forcing the assassin
I
to
will read you
flee,
the fear
basically.
spell.
That
He
might
has
be
to
worth it.
use-
So
He
Yeah,
has to use the
reroll it.
dash.
Reroll.
Reroll it. You're
I'll
using a point of inspiration.
I'll use a point of inspiration.
Okay.
the go.
Reroll.
That will succeed.
Making the difference,
Yay.
keeping fear alive. And then 2 more death by paper cut attacks, both with advantage.
That'll
23.
hit for 8. And we roll again. Hell yeah.
Nice. That was con save for that, and so 1 more attack, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
At advantage. And that hits 2. So
At one point, didn't we say natural 20 on a con save counts as the next save?
That the only reason I allowed that for Rome in the previous half session was because it was all part of her multi attack. This is different. A creature's attacking.
That will do it still, though. But you do see
Yes,
Toby
you do
now
hang on
looks
to it.
bloodied, under half of his hit points.
Okay. Roulette, 1 attack coming at you. Not
Sure.
advantage. 14 is not going to hit you.
Oh, really? Said
1
that
attack.
guts.
Attack at Telperion. And then advantage attack at Telperion. 20 to hit?
That'll hit. That
For 6 slashing damage.
And you're looking pretty bad, right?
I'm at 25 health because that eats through my 5
Right.
HP.
Yep.
So I took 1 damage.
Okay, with that, Gaspard is going to risk an attack of opportunity and running. Barely making it to the door, trying to make it to the door and yelling serendipity. Go ahead and make your attack of opportunity, Jiri.
Big money, no whammies.
$23 will hit.
21.
Yeah, how much damage are we talking? 21 damage. He will reactionarily cast a shield just to re-up his temps to absorb a good chunk of that damage, but still being heavily wounded. Still, you cut through most of the magical resistance there. But not
Does
all
he
of it.
have to make a Constitution save or
For concentration, very possibly, depending on the way Abjurer is written. The ward protects him from damage. It is not temp hit points. So he does not effectively get wounded and therefore does not need to concentrate check. But he has shielded himself with some warding resistance currently. But that's his turn. It is the Deadeye's turn.
around him?
Fear
20 hit points?
is-
Wait, does he have 20 hit points from it?
Yes, but it has resistance to all damage.
Dang, okay.
Deadeye's turn. He's not prone, but he's surrounded by some enemies and is still under the effect of the fear spell by Toby Rama.
And
Must
have
take the dash action and move away by the safest available route, unless there is nowhere to move. If he ends his turn where he doesn't have line of sight to me, only then does he get a save.
He does not have any weapons on him. So what he's going to do is not uncanny dodge, apologies. With his bonus action, he will disengage. And with his action, he will dash away. He has half movement because of the arrow, but he will clamber up the side of the wall and make it 35. He will run to the window and begin unlatching the window back on the loft. And he will pick up his longbow along the way.
Fuck yeah.
He's 30 feet up.
That is all he can do. He's only 5 feet up, but then 30 feet in. Like, he's like really 20 feet in to where the loft ends at a window. He ran to a window and is fidgeting with the latch.
Oh, so he's out of my line of sight now.
Barely. If you ascend, if you like stay on your tiptoes, you could probably see him.
Okay.
But that is all he can really do with his turn. Does he repeat the save against fear?
Is he out of my line of sight, would you say?
Based on your angle, no. I think you can still see him, so he's not out of line of sight.
Chris, did the what's his name use 2 reactions in 1 round?
It got to his
Gaspard,
turn.
yeah, his reaction refreshed when it was his turn, so he functionally used his reaction again on his turn to ward against your attack.
So he has no more reaction for the rest of the round.
Correct,
Okay.
which has already mattered on the previous round of stuff that happened to him.
Got it.
In terms of things he could have done
But
differently.
he should still have the +5, and he's got his ward, obviously. But
Correct. Still high AC and ward around him, but he's not able to do other reactionary things right now. Deadeye's turn complete. Jiri, it is your turn.
Great fear, Toby.
All right. Okay. I will take some opportunity attacks and chase him down.
Will swing at you. Jokel's first. Neither of them have advantage. And then the elf's next. The elf misses, but Jokel connects for 14 bludgeoning.
Ouchie, says Jerry.
But you're welcome to keep running up to the Thane. He is at the door, reaching for the knob.
Knob.
And I'm going to smack him twice.
Go for it.
Let's try this. I'm going to try to splash him with some water first.
Okay. Decanter, bonus action, strength save.
Hold on a second.
Christopher, just for the environment, the door opens into the room.
Correct. He's got to reach for the doorknob and pull it and then run through.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
Anytime Steve asks for
Anytime,
clarification.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I am always in trouble. And they're always such benign questions. And then I give an answer. I'm like, what have I done?
Me too.
I splash him.
Okay. Strength save.
Yeah.
No! So close.
You will not get me again with that waterous torrent of futile whatever.
This dude needs to not have a head anymore.
All
I'll
right.
take it.
Fuck! Yeah!
What are we looking at damage wise?
Oh, I get too hyped. I'm getting too hyped.
24, I think.
17 plus 7. Oh, damn, that's a
24?
rough roll on your D10.
You chew through the rest of his temps and do sink your blade slightly into his arm.
My word!
And his ward is dispelled and he
Hold on.
has
Before
been
he makes-
injured. Oh, he does need to make a con check.
Yeah, before he makes that con check. Yeah, it's important.
Interesting.
I am going to portent this and make him fail it by making his roll a 4.
A 4.
No, wait, hold on. A 7. I have a 7.
Yeah. A 7 plus his con mod of 2 is not going to do it to the minimum 10 threshold. And with Warcaster, who could have gotten advantage, you supersede any of that by utilizing a portent, forcing him to fail this save. There's nothing he can do to prevent this. All of the books fall lifeless to the ground, and Jokel and the elf freeze in place as animate objects has been lost.
I was really questioning your decision to make it a 7 instead of a 4, but Tim, goddamn, fuck yeah.
I can't believe what I just watched happen.
And I'm gonna smack him again.
I didn't
Roll
know
it.
what he just did.
It was a reward he won for the battle royale. He got a portent roll.
Oh,
He rolled at the time, and that roll he can apply to any roll he wants before the check happens.
holy shit.
And that is the result. You can't advantage, disadvantage your way out of stuff like that. So it's very strong. And with
Love
a
it.
19, though, his shield barrier still prevents this one. So you strike deep on that one, and then you reorient, and this one does glance off his shield layer.
For 1 damage.
But for 1 psychic damage, or lightning damage, as it does find its way through, zaps him a little bit.
Oh
And I am
my
like,
God.
I'm not that this is mechanically anything, but I'm like imagining that we're like wrestling with the door.
Yes, that is amazing. And you do see like arcane flashes, his mage armor, his shield, like he's really struggling to maintain composure in this situation. But that'll do it for your turn.
Yes.
Toby.
Dang, it never feels nice when you don't have anything to do with your bonus action, but I will intentionally get up onto like the back of the couch.
Okay.
I don't know if you need me to move my grid character, but to try and keep an eye on the assassin dude, and I will then turn to the mage and target him with a Toll the Dead.
Wisdom save on his
saving
part?
throw, yes.
Anything that affects this, I don't think so. 14's not
That
going
is
to do
a
it.
fail. He is missing some damage. Give me some good rolls here. 13 damage to him.
13 damage.
Necrotic
As he
and radiant
begins to
striking into him.
Double over in pain, and you do see like blood pooling in his red eyes and peeking out the corners of his eyes and down his nose. He is bloodied.
And I will shout out, "He's on death's door. We can't let him escape." And that is Toby's turn, because I don't want to move and lose sight of the Deadeye.
Okay. Roulette.
I just want to see if I have one thing really quick, and I don't think I do. How far away? He's like 35 feet away from me.
Yeah, around a bookshelf and around a corner, so it's like not
Sorry.
unobstructed space, but
Deadeye.
yeah.
Deadeye.
Oh yes, yeah. Roughly 30 feet away.
Is he at the window?
He is at the window, fidgeting with it.
Okay, yeah. I am going to look over in that direction, and as a bonus action, just run my hand through the sash of Misty Step and just pop over right next to him.
Okay. You appear directly behind him.
Yeah, and
The
I'm going
faint
to
smell of brimstone kind of climbs into your nostrils.
I'm specifically going to go down the side of him so that I know that Toby can still, so he can see the source of his fear. That
Sure. Yeah,
Toby.
he's still in line of sight.
Yeah. I am going to attempt to grapple him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
And a grapple replaces an attack roll, so you're welcome to try up to 2 grapple checks.
Can I push? I forget. I can like knock him over as one of those things, like a shove.
Yeah, you can shove. Shove or grapple will rely on your athletics or acrobatics against his, or I think it's automatically your athletics.
It is,
but it's his choice of athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, I am going to attempt to just push him over to prone him.
Okay.
With
Go
the
ahead
first
and
one.
roll your attempt.
Athletics. Let's see what happens.
Contested roll here.
Oh!
Natural 1. You see him, he has to kneel down to like mess with the latch, and you give him a shove, and he just collapses.
Fuck.
As with a 3, you succeed.
That's insane.
Oh my
I've never
God.
seen that in my life.
What?
Not in the hundreds of hours I've watched D&D have I ever seen that low succeed.
Noticeably, you don't hear a grunt. You haven't heard a word. This Deadeye individual is completely silent so far.
Thematically, I imagine that I trip into him and we both tumble to the ground. For my second one, I'm going to attempt to grapple him while he's prone.
Okay. I'll give that. I'm not going to give you advantage. I will give him disadvantage.
Okay. He is
Go ahead and roll an.
Fear.
Fear is on attack rolls, I believe, and that's
rolls.
it.
Oh, okay.
I'll double check. Ability checks and attack rolls
Oh.
while the source of its fear is
okay.
within line of sight.
Actually,
Okay,
I'm just
fair
going to
enough.
swing at him because I got him prone. I'm just going to swing down at him.
Okay. Shove him with 1 attack, swing at him. You're welcome to do so.
Yeah. Sorry. That was amazing.
I didn't know
Was
that.
it-
Ability checks too.
18.
He moved. Toby Rama had shot. Reaction. I'm just trying to gauge whether he has anything here.
He should have his reaction back.
He has his
I
reaction.
think he does. Yeah, he does.
That was the turn before.
You just hit his AC, but he does roll out of the way in time to have the damage. You striking him on sort of his hip rather than the small of his back like you were aiming. So he will have the damage, but you do hit him.
13, and then as the thing strikes down on him, a jolt of electricity goes down the flail again for an additional 8 or 4 damage.
Okay. 6 and then 4 for a total of 10 damage. That hit. Okay. Success.
And can I stand in front of the window? It doesn't. I don't.
There's no occupiable
Okay.
space in between him and the window, but he's
I will
prone in front of it.
I will stay hovering over him. That's my bonus action. That's my action, and I'm done.
Good shit.
Telperion.
All right, so I'm going to sprint towards this slippery little mage. So 25 feet.
You can
Can I
get
do that?
opposite him.
Can I go here?
Not functionally. The doorway is not wide enough to facilitate 15
Cool.
feet wide of
Okay.
space, but
I'm here. I'm going to, with my bonus action, speak the word Phalel. And as I bring my sword down at him, the seed that's been wrapped around the pommel of my sword erupts, and vines and tendrils go at the mage, and he has to make a 13 DC Dex saving throw or be grappled.
is this in addition to the attack's normal effects, or is this?
This is my bonus
lieu of
action.
an
This is
usual?
For
Got it.
flavor,
Got it.
I was just bringing my sword down, but it's a bonus
Perfect.
action.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind myself of the mechanics. Dex check.
13 save.
Your poison damage has not happened yet, correct?
Correct. I haven't made contact with the blade yet. I say sadly.
Oh, yeah.
That's a failure. He is grappled.
All
He
right.
is restrained.
Medium creature. Okay, the target. Okay. While grappled, the target is restrained and can use an action on each of its turn to make a DC 13 strength or dex check, its choice, freeing itself and ending the effect on a success. The effect ends early if I move away from it. So he is restrained right now.
Okay.
and then I'm going to get him like that, and then I swing around and come at him with my sword. With my action.
He moved. He moved
Just
back.
so that I can literally see the icons. Perfect. He is restrained. Attack with
with advantage because he's restrained.
Yep.
26 to hit.
Definitely hits.
All right,
so cutting through his shield.
Okay, this is 2d6 plus a d4. If he he needs to make a 10 con save, or he takes a d4 of poison damage.
God. This could have gone bad.
With a nat 1 on that, I'm gonna say he just takes the max poison damage, so the 4.
Oh fuck yeah. Okay, so then I do 13 damage from my slash.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just Psionic Surge since I made contact.
Okay.
So that was 13 from the sword itself. So then 6 force damage, and he needs to make a strength save or he's prone.
Kill the nerd. Oh
wow!
You shall not touch me.
Well, I'm going
Have your head for this.
I can't wait to put your head on every ugly thing I can find. And I roll 25 to hit on my second attack.
Definitely hits.
Okay, and I do think I get to reroll my d4 each time so the DC, he has to do another DC 10.
Got it.
Can I reroll ones if it's a blade thing because I'm with my, it's a damage dice associated with my sword attack, but it's poison, so I don't know.
Sure. Anything associated with the attack roll, I'm fine with that.
All right, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 damage on this.
Okay. He's looking pretty rough.
And then I'm going to stay here. It's literally me, him, the door, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As an object interaction, I just wonder if there's something I can drop on him. I don't think there is. I will spit on him and end my turn.
Okay.
I think I can move here though, and I'll still be within 5 feet of him.
Around some corner, he'll have cover. If you do
I'll just stay there then. It doesn't matter. Mainly,
Okay.
the 5 feet is mainly for the Baywood Ivy.
Oh yeah, you're welcome to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Just swinging at him from around a corner like that might give him some cover. Rome, you are up.
All right, so I'm going to be casting Wither and Bloom on the
Thane.
On the Thane and Jiri. So Jiri will get the Bloom part, and the Thane will get the Wither. Woo! It is a con save.
Con save against Wither and Bloom. Can't do that. Okay. Only a 12. That's not going to cut it.
Okay, so it does 3d6 damage. All right.
Nice.
And then
What do I get?
Jiri gets you can spend and roll one of your unspent hit dice and regain a number of hit points equal to the roll plus my spellcasting ability modifier.
I shall do so.
Very nice. The constant withering effects, blight, toll the dead, wither and bloom, and poison are just making this guy's skin rot and fleck off. And his blood is almost barely visible against the dark veins within his skin that are shining through the translucent skin. He's looking real gross. But he's alive.
So it's whatever your thing was, Tim. Plus
Yeah,
5.
I'm trying to find. I can't remember
Should
where
be
to
a D8.
hit point. Yeah,
That's
but
when you press short rest, it'll show you.
Ah, that's where they are.
We're on
ahead.
D. Oh.
Plus 5.
Plus 5?
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
14.
yeah. Oh, that
Yeah.
nullified that attack from earlier. Awesome.
Nice.
And then bonus action, hide behind this desk.
You can kind of break line of sight if you go here from where he is, so that's fair game. Yeah, go ahead and roll yourself.
Crouch.
Very nice.
Ooh, the double.
Okay, 19.
That's it.
The Thane's turn.
Perhaps I should not have used my highest potency in a glyph for this door, for I could have escaped you all. But I am a man of my word, and shall go down with the ship, so to speak.
Fuck.
But not without injuring you all in the process.
Reaches out toward the weird fire in the fireplace and summons to him a mote of green, violet, pink energy.
Wait,
that lands.
It reaches out while restrained.
It doesn't say anything about that in the
it
restrained
doesn't
effect.
prevent his
That's
somatic
like hold
components.
person. They're like actually paralyzed.
And when it gets to this space, it will detonate. As for the first time this campaign,
Hey.
fireball.
I'm gonna die.
I need the two statues, Toby Rama. Rome avoids it. Telperion and Jiri to all please make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, fuck.
Or take 34 fire damage.
Good shit, Jiri.
Oh,
Jiri with a
that.
nat 20.
Dang.
Toby Rama not with a nat 20.
Does a 15 save? Oh, wait. It's a dex save?
Dex save.
Does a 16 save?
What's his DC? Did you roll 16?
Yeah. But I could Indomitable.
Wow.
His 16 is his DC. You save.
That was life or death for me, actually.
Toby is blown back onto the ground, unconscious.
Oh, fuck.
No.
Just the rain saved me.
Jokel, what else?
Oh,
Now-
no.
Fire on statues is going to burn them and sort of knock them over the impact of the blast. And you see a crack form on both of them, and little brittle bits of statue fleck off of them as they fall. You're unsure what that means for them.
Did he hit himself with the fireball?
He did, and he does need to make a thing against it.
At
However,
disadvantage from restrained.
He has
Yeah.
fewer than 17 hit points of this.
Disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Who would you like him to take himself out, denying us the pleasure?
he will fail against his own thing, but he will use
On his turn. Yeah.
a reactionarily absorb elements to try and prevent some of the damage, which he barely survives.
17 if we saved.
17 if you saved. Toby
13
Rama,
damage.
you said
Yeah.
Toby Rama
unconscious.
is
You take half
unconscious.
damage, yeah.
Wait, 17 is the half, right?
Correct.
Okay.
17 is the half, yeah.
Over the room, but I would have died without it.
Telperion and Jiri injured, him injured,
Oh,
and
I'm no
still
longer
restrained.
concentrating on a spell, so fear is off.
No.
Fear is off. And it is the Deadeye's turn. He did, Gaspar did cast Absorb Elements Abjuration spell, so his ward
Oh, you son of a bitch.
re-triggers. Deadeye. Half movement to get up.
Not shield.
Yeah, not shield this time.
Oh, shielded.
Half movement to get up. Free object interaction, undo the latch, push open the window. Disengage bonus action, dash. Just looks back to a failed circumstance and darts out of the window and onto the roof and out of sight from Roulette currently. Jiri, your turn.
Smacky smacky. Alright. He's restrained, right?
He's
the
restrained.
door is still closed, right?
Yes, he was not able to move or try the door.
I will attack him with advantage.
Oh, still restrained. Okay. I was like,
Yep.
can we get advantage?
Looks like 19.
19.
So 9 of the way through his ward.
God damn it. Alright, I will attack one more time.
That was a good roll.
22 will also hit.
No.
For 10. 5 more through his ward. His ward is still up. But you've sort of hacked. Bits of arcane energy are like bursting off his person as you're swinging, and his like mage armor that's on him is just like detonating and flashing as you're hitting him.
Fuck this guy. I'm gonna use my last cloud punch on him.
Okay. 2 rolls with advantage.
Oh.
Holy
That
fuck.
20 will hit for sure.
What?
And just shy.
2 1s on that? Bogus.
Yeah. How about your final attack roll here? 15 will not hit him.
Damn mage armor.
Yeah, the mage armor just flutters and shimmers in front of his chest.
Wait, hold on. How much mage armor does he have left?
I mean, his mage armor is still up. The spell, the ward, looks pretty brittle and broken.
Should have 3.
Alright, I'm gonna use my personal. Can I use my personal bardic inspiration on my attack roll here?
Absolutely. It's a single D12 roll.
Fuck this guy.
Very nice. Very nice.
That will
20?
do it, getting him past his mage armor. For the 5 bludgeoning damage still being the thing. There's just like the smallest little trickle wisps of a arcane ward still existing.
I tried to get rid of all of it.
You pretty much did.
He's soft serve now, dude.
Is that it for Jiri?
That is it.
Toby.
Just because it's called a death saving throw, would my Cloak of Protection give me a +1? Because it gives me a +1 to all saving throws.
It does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'll do this +1 roll.
Oh,
Didn't totally
I mean,
matter,
actually,
but
yeah.
I wanted to
It
acknowledge
looks
that
cool.
before I saw a 9. So that's a success.
1 success. Roulette.
He's out of sight. I can't see him.
Correct. Unless you want to follow him out the window, look around, find him. He is
Let the
currently
chase
not
begin!
visible to you.
No. Shit. Also, because I just saw a fucking fireball go off behind me, I will shut the window, and if I'm doing the math right, it's I think 20 or 25 feet from my spot to the edge of the balcony.
You're at the window. Oh yeah, if you're running back into the room, yes, 20 feet.
Okay, I'll move back to 20 feet. I will. I'm just at the closest I can get is. Fuck it. I'm running and I'm jumping over to get down here.
Go ahead and make an acrobatics check, but it's low enough you're not going to take damage.
I will gladly take any damage that happens with this. Acrobatics. Whoops. Did that work? 19.
Yep, success. You land on your feet satisfactorily.
That's all of my movement then. Oh, I'm 10 feet away from him.
Indeed
Yeah.
You are.
I am gonna swing. I'm
He has
swinging.
1 warded hit point of damage prevention left and some hit points. Let's see what you roll.
Net 20.
Nice.
He has 2 hit points out of the warded hit point. How do you kill Thane Gaspard?
I really want to use a spell, but I'm not close enough. I'm just going to keep swinging at his dead body. I am going to swing once. I will see that it knocks him unconscious, and I am just going to windmill my flail 6, 7, 8 times just in blind fury.
His writhing within the ensnaring vines immediately halts, and the mage armor detonated in an arcane flash. The remaining ward, his lifeless body, just being slammed and bloodied.
I likely will not stop
I'm
until
stopping you after 4 seconds.
Yeah, we're gonna stop you.
until someone stops me. Yeah.
Roulette. Whoa. We might want to talk to his dead body. Let's not destroy it.
Is everyone okay?
No, Toby's
Hey,
not.
Toby.
Toby.
I rush over to
No.
Toby and I stabilize him with my healer's kit.
Oh,
Okay, I
Rome,
don't
give him
think you
some
need
berries.
to roll with the use of a medic kit, so I think you auto stabilize him.
Yeah.
I will cast Healing Word.
Oh, even better.
Toby Rama, you hear the familiar and comforting melodic words from Rome echo into your consciousness and bring you to wakefulness once more.
+5, so that's 10 health.
Toby, you good?
No, but we're able to get out of here. What about the Deadeye? That's what they're called. God, why couldn't I remember that?
Oh,
He,
Roulette.
he got out the window. He ran. We gotta. I don't know. We gotta get out of here. He's gonna.
Roulette, make a a single perception roll. No advantage or disadvantage. Just a general perception roll, real quick.
8.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, we gotta look around first. I think we probably got a little bit.
Only one person living left knows the password to that door, and it's the Reaver. So we have a minute. We fought this hard to get here. Let's not. Okay. This is the only intel we've ever had the chance to explore under arrest.
Well, let's just grab everything. Can we just put it in the in the bag of holding and then read it later? Like get all the papers.
I will throw the bag to Jiri as I start walking over to the statues on the ground.
I will start
collecting papers.
I will kneel beside Roulette. And if you're attempting anything, I will just be giving you some guidance.
Hang on one second. I thought. Oh yes. Okay. So apologies, I was a little distracted there. What are people actionably doing right now?
I'm giving the bag of holding to Jiri as he is just full on paperworking all the papers into the bag of holding, and I am going over with Toby to kneel next to the statues. I have dropped my flail at this point. I'm gonna stay in the Durastian Knight's armor that I have on. I'm just kneeling down next to the statues.
Jiri, please make an investigation check.
Most notably, I did have Rome. I was like, Rome, come help me grab papers. So
Rome is welcome
you help me
to
look, Rome.
roll as well herself, or one of you can give the other advantage.
Oh,
Are you smart?
I rolled a 1.
Okay, Rome rolled, so Jiri, you can either choose to roll or give her advantage on that roll.
I'll roll. God. Dang. Bro, why are we so dumb?
Okay. Not a dumbness thing, more of a thoroughness of grabbing shit. You grab some papers, a book on a desk. You grab a few like vials of things. A lockbox that is on his main desk.
Ooh, Can I check out the piano and see if there's any like worn keys to imply that like
Secret
maybe
keys.
there's some secret like passageway?
Yes. You absolutely are able to do so. And
that?
it looks, you can't perceive it, but you did just investigate it. And you do get the information that this piano is untouched. There's no key that has any fingerprint or dirt residue from long duration playing over time. This was here for show. It was not something he wants to have here for his own entertainment. The display
Can I open
of
the top? Is there anything hidden inside of it? If it's never been played, maybe it's like a hiding space. Can I open the top?
You are welcome to open the top, and inside you see a series of strings connecting levers to ivory keys.
Just
and
the
such.
piano. All right, last thing Jiri will do before we move back to the others, I will start flooding the room.
Jiri, stop it!
Before the investigation is concluded, the only other item you do see, Jiri, just because it was in your memory from when you got hit the first time, there's a Vanta Black reflectionless dagger on the floor near the fireplace, in plain sight, dropped in the chaos of the battle, that you're welcome to add to your inventory.
I will snag that, and then I will go to the middle of the room where there's not a lot of important stuff and start flooding his couches.
As you make contact with the Vanta Black dagger, your hand gets cold as you can feel a discomforting sensation of the hex metal within you writhing and retreating from contact with that thing. You're almost losing blood flow in your hand as you make contact with it, as for some reason it's almost like magnetically repelling what is inside your body.
Oh, then I will put it in my tabby pocket and not really touch it. I'll like pick it up with my tabby.
Okay. And then what did you also say were you do? I cut some of you guys off as you were moving forward.
Oh, just flooding couches. That's it.
Okay.
And Jiri, if a drop of water gets off that carpet, I'm taking it.
We gotta leave our calling card. Tell Perrin you know the deal.
And I come up to you, I'm like, Jiri, absolutely not right now.
You come up to me while I'm like blasting this couch with water, so you're getting like splashed.
I just punch you to take it. Like I'm just like reaching to take it from you at this point because I'm so pissed. And like, I would make a intimidation check at you because Telperian's really pissed that you're bothering with this right now. And then
as you guys are bickering a bit, I want Roulette to please give me an investigation check, and I want Toby Rama to please give me a medicine check.
I might choose to forego that, as I'm really only focusing on pumping guidance into Roulette as she tries to parse through what to do. So
21.
This, and if she wants to use the D4, because I'm just continually
you're welcome to do so.
That.
Roulette. The wood elven individual has some brittle debris sort of blown off of it, little chips in its side, and a crack through part of its torso and front, but it's not shattered. And very quickly you turn your attention toward Jokel. Jokel, with his body almost in the weird fire of the blazing glass cylinder fireplace, you can see cracks on his body as well, wounds from having fallen, and his hand is cracked off with some of the fingers as debris next to his body. But otherwise, other than the structural damage to this statue, if this was a person, could maybe survive that wound, these wounds with some attention. But currently he's in statue form, certainly. I will say with the 24 and being assisted by Toby Rama, going all the way back to your basilisk information, you know there are ways of returning statues to flesh form.
I think I can make him. I think I can return him tomorrow, or the next day. It's all touch and go with my most powerful magic, but can your mending abilities try and at least prevent some of this structural damage?
Don't know. Do I remember? I forget if I cast mending in the basilisk cave. I forget if I actually did that.
I don't recall it coming up.
Okay. Knowing my mending magic.
It works on metal for Alfie.
I'm gonna take his like pinky, one of the pinkies that fell off, and I am going to attempt to mend that back on.
Mending knits together the stone to stone, almost like a super glue, but it doesn't create debris to fill in the grooves of little fragments of stuff that have been blown off. So although you do successfully mend his pinky onto the hand, there's still chips that, like, even a thorough investigation of this floor might not reveal some of those. So it's not a perfect fit, but it does mend together. Telperian, give me an investigation check.
Okay. I wanted to
As
say,
as Roulette's continue.
yeah, specifically, I bring the Thane's body over, and
Yeah, I saw.
Telperian's like, well, yeah, he goes over here, and I bring it to this couch, and Telperian's like, not. He looks at this guy, and he's like, I'm missing nothing, and I like start cutting his clothes off him, like more thoroughly than usual, lay it all out, and like it's like old surgeon wise, I'm like pulling like at anything. So I'll do that investigation.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation. Rome and Jiri having searched the rest of the room functionally, and there's other books and things in here, but you identified the valuables you thought to throw in the bag of holding, but Telperian giving extra attention to just the Thane's body.
25. Wait, 18 plus 7 is
25.
25.
Very high roll. On the Thane's body is a staff of defense, a glass staff that he was carrying. I know you hadn't identified it yet, but that's fine. A small pouch of powdered diamond, a rolled up parchment sheet of some sort of abjuration-based magic, and a single thin, tall, cylindrical vial with a thick red sludge sloshing around in it.
Thick red sludge?
Yep.
Thick red sludge.
Okay. So Perrin puts it all in a bag.
There are tears coming down Roulette's face. She's not like actively crying, but she's like silent sobbing. Toby, back up for a quick second. I gotta spread some of this stuff out. Stay right where you are, though. She's gonna take out she's gonna take out like 2 of her notebooks, and she's going to take out the Tome of the Dragon's Hoard. She's going to open both notebooks to the pages where she took sketches of the basilisk statues. There's wasp wings in there from the wasps that we fought there. All the notes that she had on anything that had to do with petrification. Next to the Tome of the Dragon's Hoard, she's going to take out a separate tool that I think you've seen her use once. It's basically just like a bent picture frame that she uses for enlarge reduce. And she's going to kind of lean back on her heels, and as she's looking through the magical lens that the frame creates, she's going to twist the ring on her finger and cast, well, she's looking at all of these facts and these figures and this knowledge, and she asks the question, how do I save my friend? And she's going to cast deduce through the ring, basically asking, so she wants to make sure she knows that Toby has the magic to bring him back. She specifically wants to know, can I put these statues into the Tome of the Dragon's Hoard to safely transport them out.
Your mind, when you cast this spell, you almost lose vision of your surroundings as you're like being assaulted by a rapid slideshow of all the bits and various pieces of information you've accounted for or you've come across in your life, as just little scenes of that and little scenes of that fly past you like you're analyzing some database of your own memory. And you get glimpses of the basilisk days, the insects that you carefully analyzed. You get the sense of Rhea's dead body. You're confident that would not be stored within the Tome of the Dragon's Hoard the same way a statue would. Well, this is a weird in-between state. It's partially creature, but it's partially statue, which have had success. And you come up with the answer that if the arcane understanding of what transmogrification of physical flesh into stone should work.
And she'll lean forward and just kind of like rest her hand on Jokel's bicep, and she'll just like look down at him. This definitely feels like you. These are the arms I know. Hard as anything, Jokel. I'll get you back. And she will take the book. She will open it to the next available page, and she will silently say Rosveen with the book pressed against the statue of Jokel.
A picture of Jokel's statue adorns that entire page of the book.
I will take out a piece of cloth or leather or something and wrap up as much of the accoutrements as I possibly can. And then I will turn to the other statue. We'll figure out who you are, too. Let's get you out of here. And I will, on the next page, Rosfeem, the other elven statue.
Similarly, siphoned into the book, now displaying as a 2D image on a sheet of paper.
And I will turn back to Toby, and we can take care of them tomorrow. They're good in there for now, I think.
I've got some extra. I can shape stone, so I'm gonna sleep on it and see if I can figure out if that will work to put these together before we restore them.
Perfect. Let's get the others. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
I want to what I would like to do after arguing with Jiri is I want to go and I want to scan the paperwork so carefully, looking for communication. And didn't he
mentioned a letter that he had forged?
The Thane had a letter. He mentioned a letter. I don't remember if he said he had it on him or it was relevant, but I'm going to go look through the paperwork of whatever these two didn't take and just try to get
packing. So I don't know.
Yeah,
if there's an obvious packing area.
Yeah, we should check out what he was going to take. Obviously, that would have been wherever his bags are. I'd love to.
I will say, continuing your very high 25, the final thing that check will get you is a broken but having been sealed wax embossed logo envelope addressed to Gaspard in his packing things that was overlooked by Jiri and Rome. You do find a envelope.
I'm assuming that like Roulette or Telpiron or somebody will be able to look through like all the papers we grabbed, because we weren't really looking through them. We were just
I took your you guys were stuffing, and there is an unknown inventory of stuff you guys have. So yes.
Got it. Okay.
And did we loot his potion bottles? I know
there were some bottles and vials that Jiri and Rome grabbed in the stuffing attempt. But Telpiron, do you want to read
I do.
Particular envelope? Okay. It is notably, I think once upon a time I intended to have, You know what? I think I want to pick up with us reading that because I have it buried in here, the actual language for there. I could tell you what it says in loose terms, but I think I'd like to read to you the specifics. So we can pick up there as you guys conclude catching your breaths and looting this place and seeing what the town looks like around you and reading that letter when we resume next time.
Can we know one teaser about the letter to think
It
about over
is
the next week?
direct communication from Olandris to Gaspard. Sort of official I can't think stationery written by a very elegant hand, probably someone of repute from Olandris, you know, to be another occupied Durastian place in Creatia right now. Perhaps tangible information of ongoings outside of you guys' previous knowledge.
Cute.
Boom.
Boom.
Good kill.
And that is where I think we'll call it today. Keeping it to a true 4 hours this time around.
Woo!
Wow.
Well fought.
Dude, we rolled so well. They didn't roll so well. That could have gone very differently.
Yeah. I'm at 8 HP.
I'm at 10. Like, we did not...
15.
Yeah, I don't
We're
know.
low. I would have died if we didn't have our wither and bloom. So
I would have died without my tea.
You're indomitable. Also.
But I didn't have to use it.
Oh, I thought you did.
But my ring saved me because my deck save is a +1, which would have put me to a 15. But the +2 because of the ring got me up there. So that's like one of the first most tangible times the ring is like got me the +1 I needed, which I'm stoked about. Minus the fact that I get 20 AC because of it. That's helped a lot.
that was crazy.
What a threatening situation.
I feel like we've used more resources than ever in the last 2 sessions.
I still didn't use a spell that session. Well, I did at the very start with Gentle Repose on Rhea, but I still have spell slots technically, which I was not expecting.
For one of the first times ever, I'm at like a cold 0 on my side eye.
I have 1 spell left.
Deduce, awesome.
I
So
literally-
cool.
Michael Jacoby, I literally texted Critter and I said, just think of Jimmy Neutron Brain.
Yay! That's so cool. That's such a roulette spell.
Yeah, who do you want to award today's point of inspiration to? There were a lot of cool moments, I thought.
Kobe with the archery fear freeze.
That's a great point, and I want to make a case though that not that Toby Ram was out for contention, but I think we should be awarding the point of inspiration to creativity over epicness. But if there's not any clear creative wild solutions, then we certainly should give it to epic moments. But I just wanted to that was super awesomely cool, and it was very effective, but I also do want to make sure we award creative thinking where possible. That's not to say that wasn't creative. It was a great use of an awesome item. And the tether on it with the tether vine, that was very, very awesome.
What were you gonna do with the door, Steve? You asked about it. Was there anything you had in mind of why it opens that way?
I was worried about a movable object and it can't open. Yeah.
Yeah, worst case scenario if he was like I realized he was going to die because there was enough people had run over. A movable object in front of the door to just prevent it from opening. Which I also thought I also thought about doing it in front of the window, but then I'm like, it's a glass window, he can just jump through it. And there's probably other windows.
But if the glass can't move, can it shatter? Because then the glass would be moving.
It has hit points, I think, like when I do it. So
okay.
Pooping on the night was pretty cool.
That was very funny. Yeah, Rome's scouting was actually very awesome.
Oh, the wild shape plus mental communication is awesome.
That was.
Glad to know that actually works.
That's amazing.
Assuming that does not work with polymorph.
It does not work with polymorph because you don't have your own thoughts exactly. Wild shape specifically, you do retain all your mental things, so it was super fair game for that.
Does that happen eventually where if I'm in wild shape I could actually communicate with everybody? Is that something that will happen? Okay.
I think at level 18 you can speak and therefore cast verbal spells as wild shape form.
That's cool.
Maybe even somatic too, but not material, I don't think, but I can't remember. Yeah, but any votes for cool moments? Because Toby's was certainly a good moment. Roulette getting the kill on the person who froze Jokel was awesome.
Yeah, I thought Steve was with the RP of like seeing Jokel in the room, plus the kill, plus the deduce. That was just super good roulette material.
I do agree.
It was a good thing we started the session talking about alignments. I just kept swinging.
Oh.
I'll take it.
Yeah, roulette.
Roulette.
I just really have to go back. Okay,
Cool.
say hi to Deck.
All right, will do.
Deckles.
Thanks, gang.
That was a very fun session and not where I thought it was going. So awesome.
Agreed.
GG.
Yeah. See you guys.
Peace out.
Bye, friends.
Adios.
Bye.